Light of healing, peace to the gods, peace to the earth. Climb on in, climb on in. I think I fixed the issue that I had having going on there. Let me know. Let me know. Y'all climb in and let me know what's up. Let me know what's going on. How y'all feeling? How y'all doing today? We're going to talk about some things today. I got a lot of questions that I need to answer today. I was going to go live and go deep into some stuff, but I end up looking into my email and I had a gang of questions. So we're going to go through. I got my models pulled up. I got all types of fancy stuff over here for y'all. We're going to have some fun today. Y'all going to learn today. So please pull out y'all pens, pull out y'all pads, your sketching boards, whatever you want to call it. And let's get straight to it. How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? If y'all can hear me real good, type in some nines. If y'all can hear me real good, type in some nines and we're going to get everything started. I know I'm super late today. I've been running around today, handling a lot of business. We got a whole lot of stuff going on, a whole lot of good goodies for y'all that's coming up lately. I mean, it's a whole lot of stuff that we got going on, a lot of recording, a lot of creative content, trying to get these classes and stuff in order for, I'm trying to launch these classes before the fall. So, you know, that take a lot of focus and a lot of energy and just a whole lot. Y'all said it's going in and out. Can y'all hear me good? Can y'all hear me good? Somebody said it's going in and out. I want to make sure we all good before we get started. Okay, we good. All right, all good. Okay. All right, so basically, let's get started. All these questions I've been going through, you know, I'll be on my Instagram page talking every day, talking about food, talking about is we supposed to be eating vegetable matters, is we carnivores, is we omnivores, is we herbivores, is we frugivores. And, you know, I declared that we were frugivores just by dieting, by being in the field, by healing people, you know, by just being in the field and being hands-on with healing, you know, getting healing testimonies of herpes, healing testimonies of HIV, healing testimonies of full-blown AIDS, sickle cell anemia, leukemia, eczema, so on and so forth. Even a whole lot of other so-called diseases that they say can't be healed or that they say can't be cured, which I don't believe in disease. Disease is illusion. I believe what they falsely accuse or label disease is the body way of trying to detox itself, because the body heals itself when the cells are put in the right environment. Whenever your cells are put in the right environment, the body starts to purge itself of all the things that's not supposed to be in it. From these symptoms that you experience, you take your symptomology and these symptoms, you then go to the hospital or the doctors, and then they name the symptoms that your body of your body trying to heal itself, depending on the location and where the mucus is expressing itself out at, they call that disease. So we don't believe in diseases. So if anybody say Yaki cured diseases, I don't believe I ever cured any disease, because I don't believe in disease. I have healed what they call disease, which is an illusion. It's nothing but an illusion. So as we going through this stuff, all I'm looking is diet. Notice if it's not trauma. Notice if you haven't been in a car accident. Notice if it's not genetically passed down. All Yaki is going to ever tell you is to change your diet, because there's not 100,000 different diseases. There is only one thing that make your body at dis-ease, and that is acids in your body lacking or depriving minerals and oxygen. And this is due to what you are sticking in your mouth and what's digesting in your stomach, if it's even digesting. And you know, a lot of these things that we put in our bodies cannot properly digest. We have to remember that we come from single cell organisms. We come from prokaryotic cells. We need the most simplistic food on planet Earth to eat, because out of every species on planet Earth, the so-called human being, who you will call the black man and the black woman, the original people here and founded on this earth, have the most simplest digestive system on planet Earth. This is your most simplest digestive system on planet Earth. No other species on planet Earth have a digestive system this is simple. Everybody else digestive system is complex. And the reason why their digestive system is so complex is because they are made to break down complex food. You are not created or made to break down complex food. You are made to break down simple foods. And these simple foods give you a lot of energy. That's the reason why your intestinal tract plus your colon is only 30 feet long. That's the reason why. And that's the reason why everybody else intestinal tract and colon put together is only 12 feet long. Some are 16 feet long, but nobody's longer as yours, because when you eat your food, you go through a process called fermentation. That's how your food break down. Your food slowly digests and break down in your stomach. Slowly does that. And it break down and digest throughout the whole entire intestinal tract, including the colon. With other people, with other species or animals like omnivores, like herbivores and like carnivores, they'll go through something called putrefaction or putrefaction. And this is the rotting of their food, where they food have to rot. Mostly the carnivores, because the meat dies and it rots. The dead blood cells break down, and it's called dead corpuscles. It goes through something called hydrochloric acid, where the hydro acid is literally the lowest set it can be. Yours is at a 3.5 on the potential hydrogen scale. It's still hot enough to burn a hole in concrete when it's outside of the stomach sac, but you're dealing with 1.5 when you're dealing with an herbivore. You're dealing with 1.5 when you're dealing with a carnivore, because they have to break down that tough protein, or what we call complex amino acid structures, when you're dealing with herbivores like cows and things like that. That's the reason why they have 4 stomachs, because they have to go through many different digestive processes due to hydrochloric acid to break down the heavy cellulose that is wrapping the vegetables, that's wrapping the grains. The carnivore have to break down all of that meat, all of that flesh. Your body cannot break these things down so it stay in the stomach longer, and then it literally wears and tears on the pancreas. And then what happens is the body becomes dis-ease or at distress, and then you send cellular markers like cortisol or chromosomes, or cortisol or adenosine triphosphate that get very high. So guess what? You start tripping the adrenal glands because you're in fight or flight, because you stress from eating all these stress meats and eating these stress grains and eating these stress beans, because the body doesn't know what to do with it. So then mucus come in, and then these things start rotting in the system. Now you got dead blood corpuscles floating around all throughout your mucus membrane, all throughout the stomach, and you wonder why you sick with disease. And the reason why is because your cells is not getting rid of all of the waste that the cells is building up. You are cellularly constipated, just like you can't use the bathroom from stuffing your stomach with all these steaks and all of these breads with gluten and all types of acidic entities and constituents in it. That's the same thing that's happening to your body on the cellular level. It can't break down all of these foods. And the reason why is because the hydrochloric acid inside of your stomach sac is not hot enough to break this stuff down. And that's the reason why these things are coming out looking whole in its holistic form. Just like when you eat corn. Soon as you eat some corn, you go to the bathroom, that corn haven't been destroyed, that corn haven't been broken down or nothing. That's because corn is not made for human consumption. Same thing that goes with flesh, or what we call meat. Same thing that goes with most of these grains, and same thing that goes with most of these vegetables. That's our problem. Our problem is our diet. And I know a lot of people hate to hear that, because a lot of people that arrive to this cooked alkaline diet, which is a fantasy, all these cooked alkaline foods, which is nothing but a fantasy, and we was cool because we never really did make a true change. You see that? We never did make a true change. The true change is when you stop cooking your food. So we went from meat to going into mushrooms, or going into the poor vegan or the daily vegan, all of these other burgers that they call impossible burgers and beyond burgers. So we made a switch, but we went to a switch that wasn't so far to where we left off, and we got comfortable there. But that is not healthy. You need to keep climbing and keep going. True health and healing is when you get to your raw, holistic foods, when you're not putting your food in fire. Because whenever you put fire to anything, it has a certain change in its chemistry, which changed the molecular structure and the energy that was possessed in the food in the beginning. And we're going to break this down. So what I want to do is I want to start reading a lot of these questions here. And what's going to blow y'all minds is all of it is built off of what we putting in our mouths. If the black man and the black woman just sit down and simply just change their diet, natural, like nationalistic wise, we all just changed our diet, you will start seeing us loving each other other better. You will start seeing us communicating with each other better. You will start seeing so much love from in the community because, you know, food comes with traditions. Food come with conversations. Food come from information. Food is full of everything. You cannot survive without food. Whether we talking about breatharians that's breathing in the breath and breathing in the nitrates, breathing in the alkaline air, breathing in the oxygen. Whether we talking about people that like the water fast, you're still taking in and you're still breathing in something. There is nothing, everything you do in life, you're consuming everything you do in life, whether it's thoughts, food for thought. When you're thinking, you're eating. When you're having a conversation, you're eating. When you're sitting down, stuff in your mouth, you're eating. When you're dreaming, you're eating. Everything you're doing, you're consuming or you eating and you're digesting something. That's why you can measure thought. Anything you can measure, you can eat. And we just have to change our diet to a live it, because literally this diet is killing us. We dying from it, family. Straight up, that is the pandemic. It is not this so-called COVID-19. The pandemic is the Negro been eating wrong since he been here from the slave ships. The Negro been eating wrong since he discovered America before slavery. The Negro been eating wrong since we been known the Negro. Our diet have always been off. Even when you get back to Africa and we had all the African traditions, we still was eating lamb, still was eating goats, still was eating all these things. And the only reason why they was living so long then in towards slavery is because they was using herbs more to cleanse out their body. We just eating what we want to eat, and we not even getting herbs to purge and to cleanse the things that is not made for human consumption out of the body. So we dying at an alarming rate. Do y'all realize that the death toll to the black man and went down to 50 years old? 50. I remember when I was born, it was about 60 to 80. 60 to 80. You've seen a lot of people dying in the 80s. All of my great grandparents died when they was 100 years old. Then it went down to 80 when I was born, right? Now, all of a sudden, I'm 33. Do you realize that the expected death of black people is 50 years old? And if this is if they is out of the hood, this is if they are not associated with gangs and around violence and not around cancerous things and stuff like that, not working next to train tracks and stuff like that, out of the city, living on their farms. 50 years old. Do you realize that the number one disease that's killing us is heart disease? The second one is cancer. The third one is diabetes. All of these is caused by stress-induced foods. Foods that we're eating is straight killing us. And then you got the 5G towers now. You got all these electronics, EMF frequencies. I mean, hitting us everywhere, every way. Everywhere the black man and the black woman turns, there's death. And we not doing nothing about it. We are comfortable stuffing our mouths and stuffing our children's mouths with death. And saying that we love our children, saying that we love our significant other, and claiming that we love ourselves, but all we do is harm ourselves. All we do is hurt ourselves. It seems like we hate ourselves. Because if you truly loved who you are and you knew that you was putting poison in your mouth, you wouldn't do it. This is statistics. Look this up. The average African American willfully poison himself 60 times a day, y'all. 60 times a day. And the average African American, he puts food in his mouth once at least every hour. And this is considered chewing gum too. We are so addicted to eating and chewing things. If you're not eating your food, you're eating a snack. If you're not eating a snack, you're drinking a soda. If you're not drinking a soda, you're drinking something else. If you don't have nothing to eat or drink, you're chewing a piece of bubble gum. If you're not chewing a piece of bubble gum, you're smoking a blunt. If you're not smoking a blunt, you're smoking a cigarette. If you're not smoking blunts and cigarettes and chewing bubble gums or eating, you're drinking alcohol. If you're not drinking alcohol, you're in an acidic environment. If you're not in an acidic environment, you're in an acidic toxic relationship. If you look at how we move and how we conceptualize reality, we do not feel like we are really real, or we don't feel a presence of being real unless we are hurting ourselves. It's like, why do we have to constantly hurt our nervous system to feel this body to know that we are really here? You don't have to. Yes, you here. You exist. Quit killing your body. Why do you want to experience pain so much to know that you actually exist? You do exist. You're thinking. We have to get out of this Oedipus complex. This is the Oedipus complex. This happened from slavery. This happened from trauma. This happened from being psychologically just molested and messed over. 60 times a day, y'all. I mean, if you look up these numbers, it'll blow your mind. So you have to sit back and psychologically process, and you have to come to the conclusion, damn, the black man and the black woman does not love themselves. And that's what it is. And then we base our love off of another culture and how they love, how they kiss, how they make love, how they have sex, how they eat, how they celebrate their God, how they worship their God. See that? How they conceptualize sex, love, marriage, how they conceptualize what's wealthy and what's healthy. And we wonder why we are so out of balance and so out of nature and so out of tune with what's really real, because we have come into the identity of another people and we think that we are these other people. When you have your own identity, you have your own heritage, you have your own diet, you have your own food, you have your own women, you have your own man, you have your own tradition, you have your own culture, you have your own literature, you have your own education, you have your own bartering system, you have your own economics, you have your own martial arts, you have your own everything, but you don't know nothing about it. So why not let's start with our food? That's something simple. Let's start with our food. Let's start cleansing out this gut. Let's start cleansing out the first brain, which is the gut, not the second brain, not the heart. The first brain is the gut. This is where most of the melanin neurotransmitters activates at. This is where most of your so-called carbon is produced at. This is where most of your electrical conductivity is produced at. This is where most of your serotonin is produced at. This is where all your moves at. Do y'all know what they call this? They call this the solar plex. They call this the root chakra. If you can actually cover these and actually come above this and be God and reign superior over this area, your whole entire body will be in balance and you can heal the whole entire body. And we finna talk about it and we finna go through it. So if y'all ready, type in some nines and let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. If y'all ready, type in some nines and let's get to it. Let's get to it. That's right, Tiff Moore. God has said class is in session. It show is. We finna go in. We going in today. We going in today. If y'all ready, type in some nines. All right. So the first question is this. It says, hi, I would like to know if you can help me with neurological disorders. I was told by a neurologist, you spelled that wrong, that I have a blood vessel pressing on a nerve. Okay, so we got a blood vessel pressing on a nerve. It's basically a form of neurology. It causes extreme pains and shocks constantly. Okay, so you got a damaged nerve. So we already know that it's acidic. Anything that damaged the nerve, if you're not going through any trauma, if you haven't been in a car accident, if you haven't been in like a athletic accident and you have bent something, or a bone grew back and pressed against the nerve, or a disc has slipped, and then when them pockets of fluid come out and presses against the nerve, you don't have any type of pressure pressing against the nerve, then we already know what's damaging the nerves is acids. And that's what's happening to our body and to our chemistry. We have to realize that our bodies are made with a few acidic functionings. You see, the body is made alkaline and base chemistry. That's how the body is created, because you have two fluids in your body. So you have the blood fluid, then you have the lymphatic fluid. The blood fluid is what feeds the cells of the body. The body is made of 150 trillion cells. So the cell sits on rivers of fluids. These two fluids that the cell sits on is the blood and the lymphatic system. The blood is alkaline in chemistry and the lymphatic system is alkaline in chemistry. The two fluids in your body are alkaline, and the reason why they're alkaline, I'm finna explain why. The reason why your blood is alkaline, because it have to deal with oxygen and it have to be in control of taking all the electrolytes and the amino acids to each individual cell in the body to feed it. So the blood literally acts as the kitchen functioning of the body. The lymphatic system is the sewage system of the body, and the reason why that have to be alkaline and based in chemistry, because it deals with all the acidic waste that the cells produce from eating, because your cells are made just like you. That's why every cell has something called an organelle. An organelle, the short word for that is organ. And the reason why it's called that, because the mitochondria acts like the digestive system of the cells. You have something inside the mitochondria that produces something called lysosomes. And the lysosomes actually go throughout the cells and chew up and destroy dead cells and break them down and put them inside the lymphatic system. Whenever you eat food, whether it's alkaline or acid foods, the body go through acidic medium to break down these foods. This is where you get the hydrochloric acid in your stomach. The hydrochloric acid is produced by mucus. The hydrochloric acid then is turned into something called pepsinogen. Then the pepsinogen breaks down the food that you're eating. So all of this different heating up processes and frictions of your body expanding, because each cell is expanding and decompressing, compressing and decompressing in your body. And this is heat producing. These things produce ashes of acid then and be left behind on the cell. So to deal with the acids, what happens is the lymphatic system picks up the acids and then it takes it to the lymph nodes. Well, inside the lymph nodes, you have all this bifidum bacteria, you have lactobacillus bacteria, and you have something called macrophages that I'm going to show y'all in a minute. This breaks down the food. In order for these things to break down the food, if you look at what's a part of the mucosa membrane or what's a part of the lymphatic system, you have lymphocytes, you have monocytes, you have phagocytes, you have T cells, you have B cells, you have immunosaccharides, which is sugars that's in there. You have all these different goodies that are very, very alkaline in nature and very destructive in nature when it comes to acid chemistry already inside the mucosa membrane. So the mucosa membrane acts like the fire extinguisher when it comes to water. So both fluids inside of your body is based in chemistry, or it's alkaline in chemistry. And the reason why they have to be, because one feeds the cells of the body and the other one literally destroys the acids in the body and then breaks the acids down more and then takes it to the urinary tract for you can basically eliminate all the acids that's been built up off of you eating alkaline foods or acidic forming foods. Because each time you eat a food, whether it's alkaline or whether it's non-alkaline or what you would call acidic forming, it still is going to have the acidic processes in your bodies to break down the food. So regardless whether you eat alkaline or acids, it still is a acidic functioning to break down the food. It still is a acidic functioning going through its metabolic process, because it takes heat, it takes friction, and it takes acids to break these things down. You see that? And that's why it behooves us to eat alkaline the whole time. So we see that this lady have nerve damage. So, I mean, she didn't say she would have been in any traumatic experience. She haven't said she been through any trauma. So I'm automatically going to take this that she have too much acids built up in the body. It says it causes extreme pain. It says, and shocks constantly. Medication is ineffective. So she's saying that the medication is not even working. And brain surgery is the only option. That's a lie. Guess what? They're going to get off that brain surgery from your insurance, at least $45,000 and more. So they do that to push. We have to understand that the allopathic community is in the money making business. They are not in the curative business, and they not trying to be. They want to make money. This is how the pharmaceutical companies get their money, because once you go through the surgery, you're going to need pain meds. Then once you go through the surgery, they're going to end up taking out something, and they're going to give you something synthetic to keep taking for the rest of your life. See that? They don't need a patient healed. A patient healed is money lost. And y'all got to keep that in y'all mind when y'all letting them take y'all breasts, when y'all letting them take y'all lymph nodes, when y'all letting them open you up, take bones and do bone marrow transplants and all this other nonsense that they doing, when there's herbs and there's diets out here that is natural, and that can do the same thing but way better, where you don't have to be on a 12-step program. And how do I know that? We do it all the time. We do it all the time. Medication is ineffective. Brain surgery is the only option, and it is considered experimental. Do y'all hear that? She say brain surgery is the only option, and it is considered experimental. Do not let them use you as a guinea pig. My condition is also nicknamed suicide disease due to the chronic constant pain. I bet you they pumping you up with steroids. It says, I am just trying to find out if there is hope to treat this condition. We not gonna treat the condition. Yaki Awaken whole institute, the whole entire team, we gonna heal the condition. That's what we do. I'm just trying to find out if there's any hope to treat this condition and finally be free from all this medication that does not work. My second issue is a uterine fibroid. It isn't growing and it isn't shrinking. It is just sitting in my womb unchanged and causing excessive bleeding every month. All right, so the first thing we have to deal with is the actual acids. All right, what it sounds like to me is you have acidosis, extreme acidosis at that. And you have acidosis to the point where it is destroying the myelin sheaths. It's something called the myelin sheaths, y'all. The myelin sheaths is a cover, just like you have a phone cover for your phone won't break if you drop your phone, or if you pour water or something on your phone, it won't damage the phone. That's what the myelin sheaths act like to the nerves. The myelin sheaths is literally a cover. Say this is a nerve ending, right? You have something something called a myelin sheaths that look like this, and the nerve go in it. Well, once something chews away at the myelin sheaths, then the nerve is exposed, and then it starts chewing away at the nerve. So the only thing that I know in chemistry, in the history of everything in all creation, that can do something like that is acids. So this let me know right off back that you are too acidic, and you need to change this acidic environment around. The best way to change this acidic environment around is to stop taking things that is acidic forming. Stop taking things that is leaving acid ashes in your body. And I bet you 9 times out of 10 it's your diet. If you need to get off of uric acid immediately, and that's meat. You need to get off phytic acid immediately. And no more beans, uncooked and unsprouted beans. I mean, unsprouted beans. Most of y'all cook y'all beans. Unsprouted beans. You need to get off of carbonic acid immediately. That's all your gnarly grains. That's your cooked spelts. That's your bread. That's your wheat. That's your barley. That's your rye. You don't need to be on any of those things because these things are very mucus forming. And the reason why they're mucus forming, because it brings acids. Whenever you see acids, you're going to see mucus, because mucus is the lymphatic system, and the lymphatic system is made to eat up acids for it can eliminate it out the body by way of the kidney filtration. You see that? You need to get off all lactic acid, which is your dairy products. So we got uric acids, which is your flesh, or what you want to call meat. You got carbonic acids, which is all your grains. You got phytic acids, which is all of your beans, not sprouted. Make sure you're sprouting those beans if you're going to eat them. I wouldn't eat them anyway, but if you do, sprout the beans. You see that? Otherwise, they're going to be complex in amino acid structures. You already made with amino acids. Your DNA is made with acids. You see that? Your stomach is already made with acids. Why add acid on top of acids? And then this is foreign acids that's not supposed to be in the body. You're going to bind yourself up and you're going to burn yourself. This is where inflammation come from. It's acidic. It's acidic, and you need to get rid of that. And lactic acid, which is your milk, and phytic acid, lactic acid. Also working out, you have to change your behavior and what you putting in your body. Once you do that, you need to go on an all fruit diet. You got nerve pain. The only thing that's going to regenerate the myelin sheaths of the nerves to cover and protect those nerves again is going to be your berries, high in antioxidants, your oxygenators. You need to be on a full berry diet, high in berries. If you can't do berries because they too energetic and you're going to be leaving your body and taking traveling trips and astral projection, then you need to do some seeded grapes. Seeded grapes are very good too, and seeded grapes are holistic and complete in its form. You can find a lot of tannins, curcumin, bioflavonoids, biophotons, everything that you need, antioxidants, oxygenators, everything you need to actually regenerate nerve tissue and to regenerate that covering of what they call the myelin sheaths of the nerves. That's going to be through that diet. Now we have to open up the meridian pathways and open up the lymphatic system and all the lymph veins or lymph vessels, what they call them, or lymph arteries, to get all of these things to the kidneys, to open up the kidneys to filtration. So you're going to need herbs. You're going to need things like cleaver herbs. Cleaver herbs is a very astringent herbs, and they open up the lymphatic system. You're going to need things like poke root. Poke root is a very toxic root, but it's very good if you ratio it out right, and that will open up the kidneys, and that will also purge the lymphatic system. So you need to go purging, and get that whole purgatory effect on the body to open up your anus, open up your canal, for you can be pooping these things out, opening up your urethra, your urinary tract, for you can actually start urinating all these acids out. Get the kidneys and the adrenals back online with your berries. Get some licorice roots if you don't have high blood pressure. You see that? And hydrate the body. Only thing that's going to break up your glomulation and coagulation will be hydration. You have to alkaline the body, and you have to constantly keep hydrating the body. And the more and more you put hydration in the body, you break up these things. The thing about acid is acid binds chemistry. We had a woman with a prolapsed colon, and her intestinal wall literally bind to her uterus. That's how acidic her stomach was. Her intestinal wall bound itself to the uterus. It's called cellular welding, where things are so hot that the cells, acid is in between cells, because remember, the cells sit on a river of fluid. It was so hot that the cells bind themselves together. Now they had to go through and surgically cut her intestinal wall from the uterine wall, and that's how acidic she was. That's the same thing that's going on with your nerves, where you are chewing away and melting away at the myelin sheaths, and that nerve is exposed. So any movement or anything that hit that nerve, and any acid that hit that nerve, you feel pain. So you in pain all day because you in an acidic environment. It's time for you to change the environment. Change your diet. And then with the fibroids, you already know what you're dealing with that as well. With fibroids, you're dealing with estrogen or estrogen, which is also acidic. We have to realize that estrogen and testosterone is acidic by nature. It's already acidic. If you even look at the vagina canal is very acidic. It's between 3.4 and 4.5 acids. That's very low on the potential hydrogen scale. But why does it have to be that way? Why is it that way? Because it needs bacteria to constantly stay inside the vagina canal. Why do bacteria needs to constantly stay inside the vagina canal? Because that is an open-ended process of your womb. See that things can get in there very easy. Bacteria can change its role very easy up in there. A lot of yeast start occurring in there. So it's going to be acidic by nature. And see, and that's what I'm talking about. A lot of people think that the whole entire body is alkaline. Your cells are already naturally at a 6.4 on the potential hydrogen scale, meaning that your cells are already slightly acidic by nature. The vagina is slightly acidic by nature, y'all. And there's a reason why for that, because the body needs bacteria. Bacteria is in the body to eat the acids. Once the acids are gone in certain places, there will be no more microorganisms. There will be no more bacteria. But the body needs microorganisms and bacteria to do functionings in the body. The body is made of 150 trillion cells. 100 trillion cells out of 150 trillion cells are not your cells. They belong to microorganisms called the microbiota or the microbiome. I know that sound crazy, because then you got to ask the question, well, who the hell am I if it's 100 trillion cells in my body and they're in control of my thoughts, they're in control of my taste senses and what I want to eat, they're in control of me breaking down my food, whether my food break down properly or not, and all of that. They're in control of whether I got BV, they're in control of whether my vagina is tight, whether it's not tight, whether I got a smell, whether I got gonorrhea, trichomona, or I don't have none at all. They're in control of my pH balance. They look. It will blow your mind how your body literally mimics a universe. Your body is a miniature universe, and you have trillions of people in it. Trillions of people on it. Just like there are 7 billion people on this big, large organism we call Earth, there are 150 trillion people, miniature yous, living in your body that's not even you. That's helping your body function. That's helping this avatar function. Ooh-wee. That shows you how deep you are. And then you get mad when I call you God. You in control of 150 trillion people in your body, and you not God? Yeah, okay. Whatever. So for that, and then it's a video I tried to play last week showing you what starts this uterine fibroid. Each month you develop this actual cyst on your ovary. Let me pull this over real quick. So each month you develop a cyst on your ovary. These are the ovaries. These are the fallopian tubes. Y'all see it? Uterus wall, vagina canal. All right, so each month, you actually, every time you go on your menstrual cycle, you develop something through estrogen and progesterone. You develop a cyst at the end of the ovaries. This cyst is actually supposed to be a baby, right? But it's not. Either a man having ejaculated in you, or you having sex and you're sterile, or you're infertile because your body is in an acidic place, right? So this ovary is a cyst that produces right here. What happens is you produce something called progesterone. When progesterone is produced, what happens, that ovary supposed to break, that cyst supposed to break off the ovary, and then the fingers of the fallopian tube supposed to suck it up, and it's supposed to take it through the fallopian tubes down to the cervix. And then what happens is it goes on the endometrium skin lining of the cervix. Once it get on the endometrium, this actual cyst that was produced each month, when I'm gonna show you through a video, it's supposed to shed. When these skin cells start shedding from the endometrius of the uterine wall lining of the cervix, what happens is you start dripping and shedding the skin off. What you see is blood being shed off, but what the microscope see is cells, or this actual cyst that becomes tumors and that becomes fibroids actually sheds off. Now what happens if your body is too acidic and you're producing too much estrogen and estrogen? We have to realize that estrogen and estrogen is a cellular proliferator, meaning it grows things, and it works with some amino acid called arginine, and these things actually like to grow things. That's why a woman get her hips. That's how a woman get her breasts. That's how a woman get her butt, her thick thighs, that curvy shape, and get her pelvic ready to actually become impregnated. It's through estrogen, it's through estrogen, and it's through arginine. So when that cyst is produced each month, if you have too much estrogen already excessively build up in the body, what will happen, instead of that thing breaking off, it will grow. And then when it break off, it'll weld itself to the cervix lining. Once it weld itself to the fallopian tube, it's gonna grab a hold of blood, and then blood is gonna bring life to it, so it start growing. Now you got a tumor, now you got a polyp, now you got a cyst, now you got all these other things called fibroids. It depends on where it welds itself at, the different name that they give it. But you naturally grow this every single month on the ovary. Look, let me show y'all. Let me see if the video show this. Let me show you. Hold on. Let me share my screen. Let me know if y'all can hear this too. I'm finna share my screen real quick. Let me know if y'all can hear this. Give me 1 second, family. Let me blow that up. Let me know if y'all can see this and if y'all can hear it. I tried to show this last week. All right, now this is what I'm talking about. Every month during ovulation, you get a so-called fibroid. You get a so-called fibroid.
A brief corpus hemorrhagicum.
Can y'all hear that?
Blood clots from the rupture, and then forms a temporary endocrine structure.
See that? It's called the corpus luteum.
This is primarily composed of the thecal cells and the follicular cells, which undergo changes known as luteinization.
See that? So every month when you are going through ovulation, luteinization starts taking its process inside of the womb. All right, if y'all can't hear it, I'm just gonna walk y'all through it. And this is this process right here. And it's basically these little cells. Y'all see these little cells that have like blue around them? These are the little cells that's supposed to be producing babies. Basically, this is how babies made. This is the germets from the woman ovary. And then when if you ejaculate in a woman, a male ejaculate, these things supposed to go together through zinc. It explode. This explosion allows a soul from the different celestial planes to enter in the carbon vehicle, and then actually a embryo is made from it, called the blastio cell. The blastio cell then is turned into a embryo. The embryo is then turned into a fetus, and the fetus grows into baby, and then it's turned into an infant when you give birth to it, and that is your human being. But what happens is, if that blast or that big bang doesn't happen, and zinc does not do that big bang, and a soul doesn't come from one of these celestial star systems and inhabit this vehicle that the male and woman was trying to make, what happens is she have to shed that stuff. Even if she have sex or not, she still have to shed it, because her body ovulates and get ready every month to prepare a baby. So if she doesn't shed these things, then something called the luteinization will happen, where she start forming cysts to get these things out. Now, if she's producing too much estrogen, estrogen starts growing this thing right here. Y'all see this yellow looking cell? This yellow looking cell, it used to be the same cells that you see inside of this ovary with the blue little gaze behind it and the purple dot in the middle. This one is starting to grow, and it's starting to be out of control because estrogen is in it, and she's not producing enough progesterone. See, progesterone would have stopped this, and then she would have bled regularly each month like she's supposed to. But since her body is full of so much estrogen, because she's drinking bottled water, or she's eating things that have soy extract products in it, she got yeast extract in all the food she's eating. She's eating heavy meat. She's drinking, she's smoking, and all these other things. Anything that have estrogen in it will last in this period. These things supposed to be gone within 3 days. 3 days it's supposed to be in a fallopian tube in the endometrius lining of the cervix, and you supposed to be pushing it out, called a period of blood. But if you have too much acidic estrogen or arginine, which is an amino acid inside of the bloodstream and in this area, then you gonna get a fibroid. I mean, it's just, you can't make this stuff up. You gonna get a fibroid. What the woman don't know is that you get these things every month, though. The thing is, the body and the lymphatic system is supposed to be so clean that it's able to break down and you bleed it out through the period. You see that? All this is a hormonal imbalance, y'all. That's right, Crystal. All it is a hormonal imbalance. Now check this out.
In the maturing follicle, substances in the follicular fluid inhibit this process, which then occurs after the follicle ruptures.
See that? So after the follicle rupture, that's when it starts growing.
Form these small and large luteal cells, with the follicular cells forming the larger cells and the thecal cells forming the smaller cells, which then metabolize cholesterol.
Y'all see it? So it starts right here. And then what happens is that it break off. Y'all see these the ovaries, the little purple part? Y'all see that yellow part? If you're looking at the computer screen, look at your left. Y'all see that green line? Y'all see the purple ovary. Y'all see that corpus luteum growing that's looking yellow? That's how your fibroid starts. If it breaks off and then the fingers of the fallopian tube grab it in and then sucks it into the fallopian tube, acids or estrogen will actually weld it to the wall. And whatever is welded at, it will borrow blood supply. Once it borrows the blood supply, it starts to grow. That's why some of them come out with teeth. Some of them come out with hair on them. I seen one of them that had one eye with hair and two teeth in them, because it literally supposed to be a baby. Because each month when you go through ovulation, you're going through a period where your body is craving to reproduce because you are the wound in the matrix portal to this earth. But if your balance is off and you're eating things and your pH balance is off and you have a hormone imbalance where basically you're having different enzymic reactions to different mineral deficiencies in your body, then these things will weld to a part of the wall and then it will start growing, and they will either call it a benign tumor, which is a fibroid, or a cyst, or they're going to call it ovarian tumor, cancer. It get called so much stuff, but your body go through this monthly. This is nothing new. Your body go through this monthly. So look, y'all see the little yellow part. You see the green line that is holding on to it. Now what happens is that fallopian tube is going to contract and push and then contract, and it's going to pull it through. Wherever it lands at, where the body is most acidic in the reproductive system, that's where your fibroid is going to develop at. So this shows you right off back what you need to be doing. You need to be cutting all of your estrogen out. Don't be on high estrogen. And then we know that estrogen causes cancer. And then we wonder why the black woman dies. Her fifth disease she's died from the most is cervical cancer. And that's because she have too much estrogen in the blood, and it is feeding these fibroids and these tumors right here. And then say if it keep going through the fallopian tubes and then it finally gets inside of the cervix. Now it's going to be on the lining of the endometrium wall of the cervix, and then it grows there. And then it pushes up. They grow and they grow because blood is constantly feeding it, because you on your period. Blood constantly feeding these things, and then life is in the blood, oxygen is in the blood, minerals is in the blood. And that's why when you cut these fibroid tumors open, you see iron, you see calcium, you see all types of minerals in them, because the blood been feeding it and growing it the whole time, when all you have to do is stop what's causing it. We have to quit trying to get on a step program when it comes to healing, and we got to find the root problem. The root problem is estrogen, and pregnenolone and progesterone. The balance is imbalanced in chemistry and hormones in an amino acid called arginine. If you can stop eating things that have yeast extract in it, you won't get estrogen. If you can stop drinking out of bottled water and get you glass bottled water, spring water, alkaline spring water, you won't be taking in estrogen. And you won't be growing these things. All you have to do is Google. Look, you can commonly Google this. What have high estrogen content in it, and stop eating that stuff. And this will knock your chances of getting fibroids, in half, just off of that. Just off of that alone. If y'all got that so far, type in some nines. And then as far as herbs to get these things off, we shrink fibroids all the time. All you got to do is get the 3 bitters and get the geogenetic level 1. Look, we know a lady that got rid of a fibroid that was the size of a golf ball. Of a grapefruit. A grapefruit, broke it off. Half of it came out and the other half came off. And she did it just with 6 3 bitters. She didn't use nothing else. 6 3 bitters. But I ain't gonna lie though, she did do a water fast too though. And we recommended that she didn't do the water fast, but she still did it anyway with the 6 3 bitters. She did 6 rounds of 3 bitters, and hers came out, broke in half, and came right out. Had hair in it, looked nasty as hell, but it came out. You see what I'm saying? But we heal fibroids all the time. We get rid of them all the time. But you're going to need them toxic, or what you're going to call very potent herbs. You're going to need poke root. You're going to need cleaver's root. You're going to need things like that that's going to be very astringent, but we can pull and we can tug on all the estrogen. We can pull and we can tug, and then you're going to have to alkaline the body. You got to alkaline the body, because the once you alkaline the body, the hydration comes, you can get rid of all the things that's causing the issues and the problem in the first place. This is extreme acidic problems, y'all, and hormone imbalance. Well, why is the hormones imbalance? You get there, there's really no such thing as a hormone, right? All hormone means is that different minerals that you have intaken in your diet is having a certain relation and reaction to each other. They're going to call it a hormonal reaction. They're going to call it a enzymic reaction. They're going to call it all types of different things, because the minerals is in your body are now functioning. So I could tell off back that if you have fibroids, you have a mineral deficiency. Usually the woman is lacking iron phosphate. So get your body up in iron phosphate, 3 bitters. You see that? Get your body up in all the minerals, 3 bitters. Start purging the body, opening up the meridian pathways to get all the acid out of your body, 3 bitters. Get on an all fruit diet for you can hydrate the body. You see that? And make sure that you taking fruits that are very astringent. Make sure you getting on your key limes. Make sure you getting on your lemons. Make sure you getting on your strawberries and your blueberries. Make sure you getting on your sour mangoes that come from India, or you can get some from Jamaica, the yellow kind, some from Mexico. Make sure you're at least doing your citric fruits. That way you can be pulling, tugging, and pulling. And while you doing that, make sure you're on the 3 bitters or get the geogenetic level 1. That way you have the endocrine balance system kit in it, and then we can start going after the thyroid. We can start going after the pituitary gland, because the pituitary gland is actually the master gland over the reproductive system. And you can start producing the right of prolactin and all these different mineral actions, vital mineral actions in the body, for you can start harmonizing hormone. You can start harmonizing the body at a balance of homeostasis again. All it means is that the glands or the chakras is out of balance. That's it. So you're producing too much estrogen, and you're producing too much pregnenolone, and you're not producing too much progesterone. And progesterone is your alkaline side of these chemistries. See that? And that's all you got to do. Just like the opposite, testosterone is actually acidic in nature, but zinc is alkaline in nature. But zinc makes testosterone. How do zinc make testosterone? It actually collides with something called selenium. So 2 minerals in my body colliding with each other go through an exotic functioning, and these 2 minerals make another functioning in my body to give me life. And that's why vital minerals is called vitamins, because they're vital to the body. Minerals mean from the light above. It comes from the sun. You need the sun that's in the sky to survive. The sun is literally speaking you to existence, and you need what the suns eat. What do the sun eat? It eat minerals. It eats sulfur. It eat melanin. It eat carbon. All the things that the sun eat. That's what you need to be eating. But your diet is off track, and you're very acidic, and that's how you get rid of those things. So do with your nerve problem and your blood vessel problem, which is extremely acidosis, and do with your fibroid, which is extreme acidosis as well. You need the 3 bitters. Get like 6 of those deals, and you need the geogenetic therapeutic package level 1. That's what you're gonna need. And I know I'm taking so long on this one, but I told myself I'm going to start taking my time with each question, y'all, for y'all can really start learning how to do these cases. All right, now the second question is seeking healing. How are you doing, brother? Just coming into seeing you and seeing if you can, hold on. How are you doing, brother? Just coming into seeing if you could give me some knowledge on detoxing to heal myself, to get off drug addiction. I've been going through for some time now. Where should I start? I don't know what you on, brother. I don't know if you're on heroin. I don't know if you're on cocaine. I don't know if you're on crack cocaine. I don't know if you addicted to weed, shrooms. I don't know what it is, but any addictive factor inside of the brain is dealing with the cerebellum. The cerebellum is what or the cerebraham. That's what deals with your addiction side. You have a few herbs that can stop the addiction. You have quassia chips or quassia bark. You have something called juda root that come from Africa Republic. I can't get it no more because when what's his name? The orange president, when Trump was in office, he stopped us from doing any business with African Republic. So I can't get no herbs from them no more. But man, that juda root used to get people off of heroin and everything. But you're going to have to cleanse your liver. The best thing you can do is cleanse the cells. See, cells have memory. And that's why you're addicted, because once the microbiota get a hold of something in the body, and that chemistry bonds with it, and it gives it a high, and you produce dopamine off of it. That is an actual or epinephrine and neuroepinephrine and all these different types of neurological functionings in the body that we call melanin neurotransmitters. It get addicted to that high, and cells have memory. That's why when you working out, say if I'm doing chest and I'm doing diamonds all day, and then my chest start exploding, and then I keep doing them diamonds and I don't see my chest growing no more. That's because the muscle memory, the cells rememorize what you've been doing to them. So now you got to flex them a different way. So now you might have to lift your legs up and still do your diamonds, and put your diamonds near your gut to lift them up, for the cells can start learning something different, for they can react different and grow in a different way. Well, that's the same thing that happened with drugs. That's the same thing that happened with sex with a woman, how a man can get addicted to vagina, or how a female can get get addicted to a penis. It's the cellular memory, the memory of that cell expressing the event that happened before. So it's a way to cleanse that out, but you have to penetrate the cellular membrane and cleanse out all that genetic material that's inside the cell that's remembering that. And the best way to do that is by replacing it with another memory. I know that sounds crazy, but it is. So you need to detox. First, you got to detox these substances out your body, and you won't keep recycling these things through the blood, and your cells won't keep getting a little taste of it every here and there, and then you start craving for it. The best thing you can do, you need to get on blood cleansers. Most definitely grapes is a natural blood cleansers because they got tannins in them. They will thin and they will cleanse the blood out of all these things. Make sure you get some quassia chips if you want to do this healing yourself. If you can find some Judah root here in America, which I haven't found none, but if you can, that'll be very good for you. And replace that habit with a healthy habit, because everything is habit and patterns, y'all. Notice a habit and a pattern. You do this every day. You get up, you go to work today. That's a habit. That's a pattern. You see that? Some people got favorite sex positions. That's a habit. That's a pattern. Some people got workout routines. That's a habit. That's a pattern. Some people like to smoke cigarettes, chain smoke. That's a habit. That's a pattern. It's a bad one, but it still is a habit and a pattern. So you have to realize how to psychologically psych yourself out and change that bad pattern and habit with a good one. That way, when your cells are starting to, because your blood cells die off every 30 days, your sperm cells die off every 3 days, your bone cells die off and regrow themselves every 3 years, your hair cells, your skin cells die off and regrow themselves every 27 days. Every cell in your body go through a death and rebirth process. Through that, if you cleanse the body right, you can bring new cells in that doesn't have old memories, and you can train them and give them memories. You see what I'm saying? So I think you need to detox your skin, detox your blood, detox your cells, and most definitely detox your digestive system. And last but not least, because it's the biggest factor here, your liver, because the liver acts as the catalytic converter to the body. The liver is the chemical factory of the body. So any chemicals that you're putting in your body goes directly to your liver. And what the liver does, if the liver likes what's in it, it'll break it down and take the amino acids and take the minerals, take the sugars from it and reconstruct it, and then send it to the bloodstream to send somewhere else to build another cell. So I think you need to open up your gallbladder, open up your hepatic ducts, open up the liver, and really cleanse out that. I think you should get on my geogenetic level 1. Most definitely get you the 3 bitters, because bitter 1 inside of my 3 bitters got a whole lot of quassia chips in it. It used to have Judah root in it, but like I said, I can't find Judah root nowhere. If anybody can find it for me, let me know. I'll pay $10,000 for it if I have to. That's how much I love Judah root. But other than that, 3 bitters, and get the geogenetic level 1, and make sure that you're doing a liver flush. Go on my website, look on the documents downloads. It should be back up by Friday, the document download side. My computer designer my website designer who makes the website and keep it functioning and stuff, she's somewhere down south where they had a big storm at, so the internet is out. The internet not gonna be back on till Friday, and that's gonna be fixed. Go on my website Friday, go to the education tab, click on document downloads, and click on liver flush, and it's gonna show you how to properly flush your liver. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go on an all fruit diet for at least 15 days. Then after that fruit diet for 15 days, you're gonna do a straight lemon flush. You're gonna do a lemon flush, and you're gonna do enemas with herbs, and that's gonna flush your liver. Is gonna open up the ducts, and it's gonna get all the gallstones out of there. Because if you on drugs, you most definitely got gallstones, and once you pass them gallstones, them liver ducts gonna be able to open up, and you can get all of them drugs up out of there, and that's gonna start cleansing your blood and everything else. And you will see, and replace it with good habits. Find something good to do whenever you think about smoking, or whenever you think about doing heroin, whatever it is. Work out. You see what I'm saying? Whenever it is, draw, write music, write poetry, look in the mirror and ask yourself, is it worth it? You're going to have to replace it with something good. Because remember, I used to snort cocaine. I was addicted to cocaine. I used to snort cocaine all the time. I was an alcoholic. I was a chain smoker and cigarettes. I smoked weed. I used to smoke like 30 blunts a day. Like if anybody know about addiction and how to kick it, it was me. And what I realized, it was cold turkey. I had to love myself enough and say, I don't want to die. I got children. I got family. I got purpose. Let me change this up. I changed my diet and I got them herbs, and I ain't thought about this stuff since, y'all. So that's what you're gonna have to do. And make sure you get them 3 bitters, and pay attention to bitter 1, because that got all of the quassia chips in it that's gonna help you kick that addiction. All right, let's keep it going. And I'm gonna most definitely pray for you too, brother, because them addictions be associated with low thought form entities, or what they call demons and stuff too. And we have to realize that sickness and disease starts in the mind first. It starts in the mind first, and disease is an illusion, but addictions is so real. So diseases are illusions, but addictions is real. And when you dealing with addictions, you usually dealing with the endocrine system and allowing these 7 chakras to let in certain low thought form frequencies to hijack your vehicle to express they ill intentions and they nasty will in this world, because they are entities and they are persons without bodies, so they need a body to do they nasty ass demonic will in this world. And once you open up your meridian pathways in the wrong way, and you got negative things on your mind and you out here with bad intentions and you open yourself up like that, you will get hijacked real quick. So we got to make sure our intentions is intact, y'all. We got to make sure our integrity is intact. We being honorable men and women, we respecting one another and we loving one another, because once you start getting on this health kick and you're evolving and expanding your consciousness, whether you willfully know or unawarely know. And whenever you're expanding and you're upgrading your consciousness, as we on this planet, this rock we call the planet Earth, you open yourself up to different influences and entities, and you don't never want to attract the wrong entities just due to bad behavior and talking crazy and just hating on people, holding grudges, being angry all the time, you know what I'm saying, being a talebearer and shit like that, because that will open you up for demonic beings to inhabit your body and force their will on you. And it just sounds like the one that you allowed inside of you is influencing you as a heavy drug user. He like dopamines, and whichever demonic entity it is, it likes dopamines, and it just like to be high out of his mind all the time, and it's expressing itself through your body. So you know what I'm saying, you've been hijacked. It's time to put him out. It's time to evict that damn devil up out of your body right now. And you can do that with a diet, you can do that with meditation, prayer, and just really cleaning out your body with herbs. All right, what else we got? This one says, "Hi Yaki, I visit your Instagram page yesterday for the first time after being recommended to check out your profile. I strongly believe that nature, vegetation is medicine. Yes, it is. Most definitely. Vegetables will cleanse that body, and them fruits will heal you. The body heals itself. But sometimes I am uncertain what foods and or food combinations will help with healing of alopecia." Okay, so you got alopecia, meaning you got a hair problem. So y'all know what alopecia is, right? That's a hair problem. These are hairs. This is the follicle. Notice what's next to that. You see that? You got the nerve, you got blood, and you got lymph. You got lymph. Now y'all remember what deals with the acidic side of nature, the lymphatic system. So whenever you start losing hair, we already know what's going on. There's too many acids inside of the body. If you go to a chemotherapy ward, I tell you about this all the time. When you go to a chemotherapy ward and you look at them 2-year-olds with leukemia, notice all of them have in common is they share bald heads. Why do they have bald heads? Because all of them have chemical chemotherapy, which is mustard gas derivatives, which is highly acidic, put inside of their veins. And what that mustard gas is doing, it is burning their cells up. It's burning their cells to the point where it is killing their hair. It's burning their hair off their head. So if that happens through chemotherapy, I can tell you right now, sister, that you have an acidic environment all throughout your body. All throughout your body. I can tell you that right now. Let's keep reading. No, you wrote a lot too, Queen. You wrote me a whole story. All right, let's see. It says, "I have been dealing with this for years. During pregnancy, my hair always flourish." You see that? And that's happening during pregnancy because your body is utilizing the proper minerals due to the placenta, the baby. You're utilizing your iron, your vital mineral E's, vitamin mineral B12s, everything you need. Notice that when you're pregnant, your nails grow long, they grow stronger, and your hair grow beautifully. But once you get rid of that baby, the baby done took all the phytonutrients and the vital minerals you needed with him or her out of that womb, and then you left with a brittle body. And that just showed you that you didn't have these things in the first place. And the little that you did have, the baby took it all from you to make sure that it was good while it was growing and manifesting in your womb. Flat out. And that's why y'all ladies, especially the black women, y'all have to make sure y'all keep y'all health intact, especially if you're in a healthy relationship where y'all having sex a lot, because the last thing you want to do is bring a baby into this universe that in a sick medium. That's the last thing you want to do. You ain't cleansed. You ain't detox. You got all toxins inside of you. You're eating wrong, eating meat all the time. And then you bring a baby in. That lymphatic system and that skin and that comes from you. The nervous system and the brain comes from the father. The organs and everything else come from the mama. That lymphatic system come from the mama. So we have to. So when them babies come out, and if it's not a neurological problem, you know, like cerebral palsy, that comes from the father. That's a genetic neurological problem. That comes from the neurotransmitters. That come from the father, because that's what the sperm seed is. The head of the sperm is the brain, the central nervous system. That tail becomes the spinal cord. You see that everything else the mothers make. So that the egg becomes the body. You see that the egg that the mother produces from the ovary, that becomes the body. That becomes the body. That becomes the skin. That becomes the ovaries. That becomes the lymphatic system. But that blood and that nervous system, that comes from the father. So you already know if your baby have some type of deficiency, or if your baby has some type of ailment coming out of the womb, just based off of the diagnosis of the baby, I can tell you who it came from or not. I can tell you who it came from or not. And that's why it's very, very important that you shouldn't be having sex unless you detox. You shouldn't be doing no humping and no pelvic thrusting unless you on some herbs and you clean and your mind is clean. Because otherwise, look, sick sperm and sick eggs create sick babies. Diseased sperm and diseased eggs create diseased babies, and we wonder why these babies running around crazy as all hell. And that's because we are having sex and we're not cleansed. We're not detoxing. We're not worried about our body functioning, and that's the reason why these babies are coming out so sick. Just saying. So if you're thinking about getting pregnant, ladies, make sure you go on a 31-day detox first, and make sure your man do it with you. That way we can raise genetically strong constitution babies, where we can look at the genetics and be like, boy, that's baby black Jesus right there. We need to be raising millennium Christ in this time, Messiah, saviors, intellectual, smart babies that can think on their own. You know what I'm saying? That's deep in their culture. Black babies, not no race mixing or none of that. Straight up black children. Black woman with black man creating black strong babies. That's what we need. Straight up. It says, hi, I've been dealing with this for years. During my pregnancy, my hair was flourishing, but after giving birth, I experienced postpartum alopecia. Each time. After my fourth child, it doesn't seem as though my hairline is recovering. Yeah, that's because all them acids is still there, and you need to remove the acids from this layer of your skin. See, you have the epiderm. The epiderm is the higher layer. You see that? But once you get down right here with this blue layer at, and you get past the epithelial derm part, this is where the acids be residing. Once the acids reside here, this is where it takes the hair off. You think that you really don't have hair down here, but you still have hair connected to the nervous system, because the hair is a part of the nervous system. It's an extension of the nervous system, but it's not growing past the skin because it's not strong enough, because you got acids that steady constantly destroying it. So once you drain the transverse colon and you get rid of this area, let me take these lungs off. Let me show you how to drain the brain. I think I taught this already, but I'll teach it to y'all again. I think I taught it to y'all already, but I'm gonna teach it to y'all again. So check this out. This is the liver. Remember, this is the catalytic converter. This is actually the chemical factory of the body. These things have over 10,000 functionings that the doctors and the scientists haven't even figured out yet. Y'all see that? This is the gallbladder on the back of the liver. This your hepatic duct right here that's at the end. Notice you got your blood and your lymph that's always connected to anything in the body. Because remember, the body is made of 150 trillion cells and 2 fluids. And then you got 1 electrical conductivity system. So you got blood, you got lymph, you got nerves, and you got cells. That's all you have in your body. You have nothing else. This is a vehicle. All right. Then you got the stomach. The stomach is what deals with hydrochloric acid. This is what breaks down your food through mucus secretions that produces hydrochloric acid. These things then mix with mucus and the secretions and a few minerals, and it turns into something called pepsinogen. This is where you get Pepto-Bismol from. And this is what actually breaks down your food. It's not meant to break down meat. It's not meant to break down flesh or dairy products or complex amino acids that we call protein. This is meant to break down fruits and some vegetables. That's it. Nothing else. And I will even say some grains, but you can't eat too many grains. Grains are very, very gnarly to the body, and it turns into glue once it mixes with acid. It turns into glue, and it will stick your cells together. Straight up. It will stick your cells together. Now, this is the particular part that I want to pay attention to. So right here, this is the transverse colon. So if you see this little gray part right here, this is the ascending colon. This is what you call the cecum right here. Let me push this forward. This is what you call the cecum right here. And then at the end of the cecum, you actually have where I'm at. You actually have a little tail, what that they call the rattlesnake, or what they call the appendix. I'm gonna show y'all that in a second. So from the appendix going up, and the appendix is where all of your good bacteria is produced at. So a lot of people that got your appendix removed or surgically removed, make sure you get my 3 bitters, and make sure you drinking bitter 1. Bitter 1 have all the bacteria that can replace this, the lactose bacillus bacteria that is actually produced by the appendix to go inside of your body and do all the functionings that I've been talking about, which you need to keep the body in a balance of homeostasis. That comes and that's produced by the appendix. So if you had your appendix removed, make sure that you be on them 3 bitters on a regular. Okay, so from the 3 bitters going all the way up, y'all, you get into the cecum valve. All right, notice that word I said, cecum. That's going to be important in a minute. Then you go into the ascending colon. Once you get to ascending colon, you go into the transverse colon. This is where all the pressure is at, and this is how you actually drain the brain. You cannot drain the brain without cleansing this main bile duct right here called the transverse colon, because it's pressurized. And if you look at a head behind the eyes, you have something called the cavities, and these cavities is full of mucus and full of pus depending on the diet that you have. If you on a high acidic diet and you like to eat meats and you like to eat grains and stuff a lot, then it's full of pus. If you on a mucus less diet and you eat a lot of fruits, then it's just full of lymphatic mucus. But that can be bad too if you're not draining this properly. Once you relieve the gut, and which is the transverse colon, this is the descending colon, this going to the sigmoid colon. From the sigmoid colon, you go into the rectum, to the rectum. From the rectum, you go into the anus, and then you go out the ass. Of course, y'all already know how that go. But in order to truly heal the body, you have to get rid of this part right here. You got to clean that out. You see that it's poop all up in this, and this poop is full of mucus, because chyme and mucus and bowel salts that comes from the liver through the gallbladder is trying to break this stuff down. But if you're not eating the right food for the right body, then mucus constantly keep wrapping this food, trying to break it down, because there's so many acids in it. So now you start stagnating and blocking up what you call the lymph nodes. And once these lymph nodes get backed up, then the lymph sites or the lymph vessels start getting backed up with mucus. It backs all the way up to the thyroid first, the thymus gland, heart to the thyroid. Once it get in the sinus cavity, you got miles and miles of mucus to cleanse, and pressure starts happening. Now, remember, the lymphatic system deals with acids. So not only is you backing up synstatic lymph, and you backing it up to the brain, and you backing it up to your skull, and you backing it up to your sinus cavity. This is where you get sinus cavity infections from. But you also backing these acids up with it, because the lymphatic system is what deals with acids. This stuff get in your head and burn the hell out of your nervous system. So now you don't have any hair, because you done been building up acids for years and years. Do you know how long it takes to get acids from this transverse colon to come all the way to the brain, and to stuff the brain and become so pressurized that you get headaches and you get alopecia, your hair start thinning, your lining start receding, your eyes start hurting, you start getting blurry eyes, you start seeing floaters? That's mucus. It takes years of backup and years of bad eating for that to happen, because you got to think about the lymph vessels. The lymph vessels is millions of miles in your body. It seems like it's so close. Let me hold on, y'all. All right, let me show you this. So look, we dealing right here, right? You dealing with all of these lymph nodes, all of these lymph veins. You see that every one of these white things is dealing with a yellow dot. These yellow dots are actually what you call lymph nodes, but all of these white veins that's connecting these yellow dots are called lymph vessels. If you look at how many of them there is, I mean, look at them all through the legs, all up the rib cage, all up under the armpits. This is miles and miles and miles, thousands and millions of miles of lymph vessels that lymph got to travel through just to make it back to the kidneys to process themselves out through the urethra, or what you call the urinary tract. So when mucus is all the way up here in these little white lymph vessels, and it's dealing, and it got acids in them, it's gonna burn your hair, it's gonna burn your ears, it's gonna burn everything. You start getting pimples and bumps all on your face, because the mucus is trying to push the acids out of the body. It's called a fontanelle, alternative route of elimination. Let me say it again. It's called a fontanelle, alternative route of elimination. You see that? So look, this is how many miles of lymph vessels that you got to clear to even get it down, in order to even get rid of all of that mucus and to get rid of all the acids, you got to cleanse the stomach. Because you notice inside of the gut area, notice this again. Here go the ascending colon again. The transverse colon is missing, but notice what's around the colon. Notice what's around the intestines. Most of your lymphatic system, most of your lymphatic ducts, most of your lymph nodes, and most of your lymphatic vessels. So if you can cleanse the gut properly and you can cleanse that transverse colon, which is supposed to be right here properly, now you relieve all that mucus. Now what you able to do? You able to drain the main veins. You able to drain the glymphatic system, because now we have room to clear itself out, because the lymph vessels and the lymph nodes are not full of mucus and acids and pus anymore. In order to drain the brain, unless you're going to drain through candle, you can do ear waxing. You see that, where you put a candle inside of your ear and you turn the fire on it and you candle wax your ears. That's a good way to get rid of the pressure and get rid of mucus, because earwax is a form of stagnated lymph or stagnated mucus. You can keep your nasal passages clean, because boogers and snot is a form of backed up lymph cavities that's in the brain. You can make sure you coughing these things up, getting that mucus out. Other than that, you're going to have to cleanse that transverse colon and start truly draining the glymphatic system. See, the glymphatic system is the lymphatic system of the head. So you have the lymphatic system, which is everything from your toes all the way up to your throat. The moment that you pass your throat to the top of your head, you're dealing with something called the glymphatic system. It's impossible to cleanse the glymphatic system if the lymphatic system is backed up and stagnated. And the only way to cleanse the lymphatic system is by way of the gut and opening up your kidneys and your adrenals, and you can urinate these metabolic wastes and acids up out of the body. So if you want to get rid of alopecia, we need to be dealing with the gut. We need to be dealing with the transverse colon, because this is where all the systemic acidosis is built up at, and then it's building and building and building. Then you look up 10 to 20 years later, and all that acid is now in your head and in your brain, dealing with the ventricles of your brain and coming through your spout, coming out of your eyes and stuff like that, because you haven't changed your diet. The moment you change your diet and you cleanse that gut out, now you're able to drain the glymphatic system through the lymphatic system by way of the lymph vessels, through what we are going to call the lymph nodes, and then you can get rid of it through the kidneys, through the nephrons, called kidney filtration, and then you can urinate all this acid waste out of the body. And once the acid is not no longer chewing away at the nervous system, then beautiful hair will grow back. Beautiful hair. I had a big bald spot right here, thinning out, thinning. Well, my hair grow beautiful now because I got rid of the acid, y'all. See, the lymphatic system is the greatest system known to man. If you truly want to cleanse this body, you have to open up these meridian pathways and get all of that mucus out of the body. The reason why that mucus is building up excessively, because the mucus is a defense. It is there to actually get rid of acids, pulverized acids, T cells, B cells, lymphocytes, phagocytes, neutrophils, basophils, monocytes. These are your fighters. They come through and they fight foreign invaders or foreign chemistry in the body. Guess what that foreign chemistry is? Your diet. You eating acidic forming foods. You eating uric acid meats. You eating lactic acid milks and dairy products. You eating carbonic acid grains. You eating phytic acid beans and stuff like that. Your diet is messed up, because your diet is full of acids, and this acid is burning you up. And that's why you burning your hair out. If y'all got that so far, type in some nines. If y'all got that so far, type in some nines. Y'all got that, type in some nines. Okay, all praises. All praises. All right, so what you gonna need to do, what I suggest you do, and you've been dealing with this and now it's not going back, and you said every time you have a children, it starts, and then when you have the child, when you're pregnant, your hair grow good, and then once you give birth to the baby, your hair don't grow. It's time to go on the deep tissue cellular cleanse, straight up, and open up them kidneys. Because if you cannot drain the system and you constantly having acidic problems, this is what's wrong with you here. These right here. See that? These right here. Straight up. The adrenals, systolic, and the kidneys, diastolic. That's what's wrong. The adrenals, systolic, and the kidneys, diastolic. Your nephrons in the kidneys is not filtrating that lymph. Lymph. We need to focus on lymph. If you can get that lymphatic system to move and you can get them kidneys to filtrate, you can heal anything. I don't give a damn what it is. You can make up a disease and I can get rid of it because I know the system and I know how to heal the system. I can open up the meridian pathways and to get you to drain that acid that is accumulating in the body. Period. So you need the geogenetic level 1. Make sure you get the 3 bitters and get my hair miracle oil off my site. Get my hair miracle oil off the site. Get the geogenetic level 1 and make sure you get a couple of rounds of them 3 bitters. That's what you're going to need. And that'll help you out with everything. All right. Now, what else you said? Let's see. You said, and I was dealing with, and I believe it's traction depletion, hair loss, and possibly, look, she already said it, y'all. She already know. Look, check this out. It says, I would like to note that even before having children, I was dealing with what I believe to be traction alopecia and hair loss, possibly due to a poor diet, i.e. not consuming my daily recommended intake of nutrients. And that's exactly what's going on with you, Queen. And I'm just glad, Goddess, that you straight recognize what it is. It's your diet. You have to cleanse that diet. With your stomach looking like this, you ain't gonna grow your hair. You see that? I want y'all to see this. Your stomach, you see all of that? You see all that backed up mucus? Look, all the sulfuric acid in there, yellow sulfuric acid. You see that left away waste, polyps, all type of cysts built up, inflamed appendix. Y'all see what's going on? Prolapse. This is a prolapse transverse colon, all hangy, it's saggy. Y'all see how it's disformed and all bottled up and bubbled up, all inflamed because it's things that's inside the intestines that's not supposed to be there. All type of acids in there. Y'all know what this look like? If I seen this on a regular human being, I would call this colon cancer. This look like colon cancer, all based off of a diet that you are not supposed to be eating. This come from eating wrong. Get on all fruits and it will change your life. Get on all fruits and it will change your life. Straight up. Now, a lot of people can't deal with all fruits because they dead acidic. A lot of people get on an all fruit diet and feel like they dying because the body is purging so fast because they are now hydrating shit that's been stagnated for hundreds of years. Basically, I'm being extreme because, you know, I don't know. Hey, we ain't living past 100, but they're finally hydrating and breaking up coagulation and agglomeration of acids and of crystallized mucus that's been in the body for 10 years. And then once it break up and it start entering into that bloodstream and entering into that lymphatic system, you go down because you are basically becoming intoxicated off of your own toxins that you've been building up your whole life. So you be like, oh, the fruits made me sick. I'm allergic to fruits. You ain't allergic to fruits. The fruits was doing their job. It was cleaning your butt out. So a lot of people digress and go back on their horrible diets because they mistaken the body cleansing itself as a disease, the same way you mistake your symptoms as disease. It's all an illusion. The holopathic community have mind effed everybody. You think your body cleansing itself is an actual disease. You think headaches is a disease. That is pressure. That is isolation. You think inflammation is disease. That's the body throwing things at the circulation. You actually think ulcers and itises is diseases when that's your body naturally trying to detox itself. That's it. There's no such thing as disease. Then you believe in virus. That's a theory. Wait till Thursday. I'm gonna show you. That's a theory. Viruses come from inside of the cell. A dead cell that's supposed to be ate up by lysosome. When lysosome don't do its job because you constantly eating acidic foods, guess what happens? That half dead cell connects to another cellular envelope and then it releases its DNA back into the cell. Guess what they call? That's called DNA replicating, or what they call a replicating retrovirus. Guess what's a retrovirus? HIV. Everybody go through that if you're not eating healthy. Everybody go through that lysosome, exosome problem one time out of your life. You just got tested. You just got tested at the wrong time, so you tested positive. See that everybody go through that one time in their life. Everybody. Then they got this big old HIV and AIDS hopes going on. Now AIDS exists, but HIV is total bullshit, y'all. I mean total, and it's not sexually transmitted. Biggest lie on planet Earth. They done fooled the whole world. Out of 9 billion people, 7 to 9 billion people on this earth, I say about 5 million know that whole HIV hoax to be bullshit. It's all bullshit. Only probably 9 million out of 9 billion know that. But it's true. We have been mind F. They are literally rewriting the narrative, and they control the media. They control the institutes. They control the news. They control the newspapers. They control they control everything. So whatever they say is golden, and whatever they say goes, because, in our minds, I don't know why, but majority rule. If majority of people say that the sky is black, then now we're going to be saying it's black. All because majority of people said it. And they paying people billions of dollars a year to mind F you. Viruses come from within the body. Viruses don't come from up out of the body. So that COVID-19 shot, I don't know what that is. That's something something very dark and sinister. It ain't a virus, because the virus come from within the body. I don't know what the hell that is they putting in you, that nanobot luciferase, that nanotechnology changing your whole biology, hooking you up to the Neuralink and bringing in and ushering in one world order, the new world government, and the mark of the beast. That's something totally different. That is not the viruses. Viruses come from dead cells that is not completely dead, because lysosome didn't do its job because you don't know how to stop eating acidic food. That's the virus. That comes from the microbiome of the cell. That's where that come from. Now, all this other stuff they got going on and making in these laboratories, that's a total different topic. And we talking about Henry Kissinger. We talking about David John D. Rockefeller. We talking about the DuPonts. We talking about the Rothschilds. We talking about alien shape-shifting ass reptilian lizard beings staying underground in Antarctica, controlling the world at their fingertips. I know a lot of y'all y'all keep crazy as hell, but I'm telling the truth, though. Oh, man. Now come on. Y'all know I gotta talk my stuff now. It says Queen, you wrote so much. It says, however, using my own, okay, hold on. Okay, it says possibly due to poor diet, i.e. not consuming my daily recommended intake. Eczema. Eczema, we already know eczema is herpes. Whenever you dealing with eczema, whenever you're dealing with itchy elbow disease, whenever you're dealing with psoriasis, whenever you're dealing with HSV1, HSV2, whenever you're dealing with shingles, whenever you're dealing with chicken pox, whenever you're dealing with any of this, you're dealing with the zoster family. And this was introduced to us by something called the zoster vaccination. So if you have herpes, you have syphilis. This is all syphilis. In 1947, is when syphilis came out, and that's when they was doing the Tuskegee experiment and all of that. And the first signs that they seen of syphilis was herpes genitalia. You see that? They started breaking it up in 1978. In 1978, they dismantled syphilis, and each signs of syphilis. I got the Merck Medical book. I'm going to show this to y'all Thursday when I talk about HIV and talk about these fake viruses. In 1978, they broke up syphilis in its stages, and they changed the names of them. And from them names, they changed it for Merck Pharmaceutical Company can make different money up off of your Zentex, up off of all the different medicines that they give you from syphilis. Syphilis wasn't bringing in that much money. So what they did was they broke up syphilis, and they broke up the different stages of the so-called virus that they made in a laboratory, because that's where it was made at, Fort Detrick Military Base and in Atlanta. Y'all, I got all the facts and all the evidence. So they broke up syphilis into four different diseases, but they can make 4 different revenue, income, and profit off of it, because they wasn't making enough profit off of syphilis itself. And the first form of syphilis will be your herpes genitalia outbreak. So if you have herpes, you have syphilis. It's the same exact thing. We're dealing with the same diseases. And if you have so-called HIV, they say it's the same thing too. And if you look at that, that's why if you get herpes, they say that you are susceptible to HIV. You're susceptible for getting it quicker. If you have syphilis, you're susceptible from getting HIV and AIDS quicker. If you have stage 4 cancer, you're susceptible for getting it quicker. That's because if you look up the definition and the biology of how the cells act when these things are introduced to the cells, they all do the same exact thing. We talking about one disease that express itself in many different ways, and by the way it expresses itself, they give you and make up a different chemical suppressive therapy medicine for it and make billions of dollars off of it each year. These things are industry now. Cancer is an industry now. AIDS is an industry. It's called AIDS industry, cancer industry. These are industrial industries made by pharmaceutical industrial companies that's creating diseases and giving you an antidote for the disease they created, for they can make billions of dollars off of it a year. So you believe in herpes, you believe in syphilis, you believe in all this bullshit when it ain't really nothing. These are biochemistry, bioweapons that they creating in the laboratories that we can flush out of the system. We can easily flush these things out of the system. So we already know what we dealing with. We dealing with herpes here. Eczema, possibly due to a poor diet. I mean, hold on, I'm reading that wrong. So much. Okay. It says in January 19, my 6-year-old, he's 6-year-old with herpes, man. He developed randomly placed rashes all on his skin. So we see that the skin is now being used as a eliminatory place. Now, whenever the skin is used as a eliminatory place, we have to realize that the skin is the biggest organ on the body. Not only is the skin the biggest organ on the body, but the skin is your third kidney. So if your kidneys are not functioning properly, these things are not functioning properly by way of the adrenal glands, then what happens is a fontanelle, an alternative route of elimination will take place. So now the skin is going to start taking a poop because you're not pooping out cellularly. Your lymphatic system is not acting as the sewage system as your body. Your lymph nodes is not acting as a septic tank where all the bile bifidum and the lactose bacillus bacteria is in them eating up the acids. So now the skin is going to start perspiring. You're going to start sweating and you're going to have acne. You're going to have bumps. You're going to have canker sores. You're going to have warts. You're going to have ringworms. The skin is nothing. It's taking a poop because you're too acidic and you have too many toxins in your body. So in order for them toxins not to go back in the blood and you die of acidosis, what happens is the skin will start eliminating all the things and all the toxemia that is built up in the system. And that's where you get rashes from. That's where you get measles, mumps. That's where you get all these different skin disease or these dermatologist diseases from. It's the skin doing its job of healing the body and using itself as a eliminatory process, y'all. That's it. That's it. They want you sick and paying. That's what they want. Yes, they do. All right. It says, let's see. My bad, y'all. This is a lot. But I said I was going to read it all, so let me read it. All right. Eczema. Okay. It says, in 2019, my 6-year-old developed randomly placed rashes on his body, inner part of his elbow. Didn't I just say that, y'all? Itchy elbow disease. See that? He got it on the elbow. That's herpes dermatitis. You see that on his cheeks, on his buttocks, on his butt cheeks, the back of his knees, and his forearms. When he was taken to the doctors, they advised that it appears to be eczema. However, using my own topical natural remedies and the rash would go away, but they would come back from time to time. And the reason why they coming back from time to time, because you're treating the symptom. See, you're getting into what the doctors do. This symptomology, suppressive therapy. You don't treat the symptoms, you treat the root cause of the so-called disease. This is acids and proteins being built up in his lymphatic system. His kidneys are not functioning properly. If you get his kidneys functioning properly, all this acidic waste can actually be broken down by way of the bacteria inside of his lymph nodes, and then it'll go through the kidneys by way of the adrenal glands, and he can process it out by urination. He will urinate the metabolic waste instead of it being built up. So now, since he can't, because his lymphatic system is so stagnated, it is backing up and it is trying to express itself in the skin. What you need to be doing is focusing on his 6-year-old kidneys and adrenals. Get them adrenals back online. Get them some licorice root. You see that? Open up the kidneys. Get him some juniper berries. Get him some parsley leaf. Get him some cleavers. Get him some purple violet. Things that's going to open up the kidneys and have the kidneys and the nephrons working efficiently. That way they can start draining the lymphatic system, because the lymphatic system is what deals with all the metabolic toxic acids and waste and toxemia that's built up in the system. And now his skin doesn't have to poop them out. But since his skin is pooping them out anyway, now it's time to keep working on the skin. The first, you don't want to put no topic things on there to suppress it and send these things running back in the skin. We need to get them out, because when you're dealing with herpes, you are dealing with a hemoth worm. You are actually dealing with a parasite and a so-called protein, a complex amino acid structure. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, a virus. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to open that skin up more. You need to get you a steam sauna. You can find a steam sauna for $300 on Walmart. Go on my website, go under the education tab and go on the sources, and it's steam saunas for $300 on there. And you can get that little baby a steam sauna and have him in that sauna 30 minutes twice a day, sweating as much as he can. Also put him in hot and cold showers so he can start get that lymphatic system moving. Also do neurolymphatic massages. Go on my website and get my neurolymphatic massage chart and start start neurolymphatically massaging him for we can get them lymph nodes opened up. If we can get them lymph nodes opened up properly, then we can really heal that body real good. Hold on, y'all. I'm hearing feedback. There we go. And then you're going to need to put him on the geogenetic therapeutic package level 1. Make sure that you get him some oregano oil from off the site as well. It already come with the 3 bitters. If it didn't, I would recommend the 3 bitters, but since it already come with the 3 bitters, you good. And make sure that he's taking hot and cold showers. Get you a rebounder. Make sure he's running around. Anything that's going to get him moving that lymphatic system. But you have to open up the kidneys, because if you move that lymphatic system and the kidneys is not open up, and then he going to have a real blowback when the lymph finally make it to the kidneys, and then all the acids that's in the lymph is gonna start chewing away at the kidneys, and then you're gonna have a worse problem. So focus on kidney filtration. Make sure you have them peeing in put them on an all fruit diet. Make sure you have them peeing in a glass jar every morning before you eat and drink anything, and check that urine and make sure you see filtration. Make sure you see that white dense settlement coming in that urine and going to the bottom of that glass. And once you got that, it's full blown healing from there. That's what you're gonna need to do. But you're dealing with herpes, and most likely he got that from his vaccinations. I'm pretty sure if he going through all this, you gave him that Zoster vaccination when he was born and when he was a child. And that's what's going on. We have to stay away from these vaccinations. These vaccinations is the damn disease. These vaccinations is the damn viruses. You see what I'm saying? COVID-19 ain't the virus. The vaccination is the virus. I don't know what the hell you know what I'm saying? The vaccination is what's really getting us. Same thing as the Zoster vaccination. Same thing as the Tuskegee experiment, where they gave all of them syphilis and herpes and watched them die. I mean, they've been doing this for a long time. Same thing as the Merck 19, giving all the children autism, nonverbal autistic, a lot of vaccinations, giving babies Down syndrome and all types of stuff. These damn vaccinations, y'all. We got to quit letting these people just put things inside of our body. And then you believe, I got to get them vaccinated. No, you don't. You're killing your children. Literally. All right. Okay, however, topical remedies. All right, the rash will go away, but they came back from time to time. Keloid after getting his ears pierced. See that? Keloid. A keloid is scar tissue that appears. That is, look, what is a keloid? That's dealing with the thyroid. So we know the thyroid down. So we know the thyroid is not acting properly on him. So the thyroid's down, his kidneys and his adrenals down, and he have herpes, meaning that he have a stagnated lymphatic system. And I bet you 9 times out of 10, he have been vaccinated. So we got to devax him. You have to devax him. The best way to devax is to cleanse the blood, cleanse the lymph, and to go after this liver. We got to go after the liver, y'all. We got to go after them lymph nodes. He gonna need a whole lot of 3 bitters. He's 6 years old, so he probably gonna hate the taste of them, but he need to get them bitters inside of him. I can crush him up and try to put him in some pills for him if he can swallow pills good, but he need to replace that bacteria, because I can guarantee his lymph nodes don't have no bacteria in them to help him chew down these gnarly acids that's floating around his body. All right, my 16-year-old developed a keloid many months after a piercing. See, also, all of her children got some things wrong. So they got your lymphatic system, queen. That's what's happening. You gave them your lymphatic system, and it's now these things are finally expressing themselves. Psoriasis. See, psoriasis. So we got eczema, we got keloid skin, and psoriasis. Yeah, this is Zoster all day. Zoster family. The skin condition seems to exist in my husband's family. That's interesting. That's interesting, because I would think that come from you, because the lymphatic system come from the mother. But the husband, I can see that, though. That's possible. However, he's never experienced this till in 2014. During that year, his experience with it is extremely severe, where it covered his entire body and face. Since then, he hasn't had such a severe experience, but is still affected by it, mainly on his arms and sparingly on his face and legs. And he have a speech delay. So hold on, we got a speech delay. So we know we got acids in the brain, the Broxton side of the brain. That's left brain. That's your auditory speech language. That's 44 and 45. Let me get my brain. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Hold on. That's 44 and 45. 44 and 45. That's 44 and 45 all day. Let me get my brain. Hold on. Let me put my brain together, y'all. Hold on. Let me get my brain together. See, y'all got me amped today. I got my toys now. All right, so this is the brain. Let me put them on right. My cerebellum fell off. My Sarah Abraham. All right, so this is the brain. Now, whenever you're dealing with the brain, you're dealing with the left side. So whenever you have auditorial problems, that's left brain. That's your bronchi all day. So we dealing with 22. We dealing with 45 and we dealing with 44 on the left side of the brain. This is where your speech come from. Understanding languages and relaying things back, speaking, rhythm in your speaking and stuff like that is dealing with this. This is all left brain. This is male. This is the acidic side, not the alkaline side, not the creative side. This is the rational, logical side. So we see that he have acids burning him right here in the 45 and the 44 and the 32 and 22 region. All of this. This means that he's not getting enough oxygen in this area. So guess what? Now, who's been listening? How do you send oxygen to this area? How do you stimulate the nervous system? It's only one fruit that I recommend, and it's not a herb, it's a fruit. What fruit, y'all? Give it to me. Nervous system problem, delay in speech. We see that the delayed speech is happening here on the left side of the brain, the Braxton side of the brain, the Bruxy side of the brain, area 45, area 44, and area 22. Not the cerebellum side. That's memory, that's cognition, that's motives, that's acting, that's interacting. We talking about left brain. We talking about speaking. We talking about, so obviously oxygen is not making it to, there you go. Adrian HS, there you go. Adrian got it right. Berries. You need to be on a high berry diet, high in berries. Berries. High berry diet. We done got so many nonverbal, that's right, keys to life, berries. We done got so many nonverbal autistic people back. That's right, Jen Yapa, which means beautiful. That's right, Jen Yapa. Berries, y'all. Not watermelon like grapes, but berries. Berries are high in antioxidants, and berries are your oxygenators. And that's what you need to actually regenerate nerves. If you truly want to regenerate nerves, you do it on an all berry diet. You can get away doing it on a fruit diet, high in berries, but you cannot do it on just a vegetable diet, because you have to regenerate the nerve tissues, and you need to send that oxygen all the way to that brain. So that's what you're going to need, especially when he have this speech problem. So it says speech delay. Now it says, I'm not sure if this is something you may can assist with. Of course I can look, we got 9 autistic people speaking now. Of course I can assist with this. We assist with the things that we excel in, is the things that other herbalists don't excel in. We let everybody else deal with, we get fibroids out all the time, but we have people deal with the fibroids. We have people deal with the stomach pains, cleaning out the gut, cleansing the blood and all of that. We like to deal with the stuff that they say that can't be dealt with. HIV, leukemia, full-blown AIDS, brain trauma disease, psoriasis, paralysis, where people can't get up and walk. We done got people out of wheelchairs before, people that's bound up and calcified. We like dealing with neurological problems, things that when you on your deathbed, I don't promote and don't want none of my people on their deathbed, but that's what we excel in. We excel at the stuff that the blow your mind testimonies, like the 7-year-old with the liver cancer, liver function shutting down, the black woman with the breast cancer, had one removed and stripping cancer out of her body. We deal with that type of stuff, the stuff that you for a fact that person gonna die. You said good riddance, you said bye, and then y'all got in contact with us, and by the way of Yahweh, the universal creator, through the expressions of his eternal son, we take the herbs and we take the fruits and we put you on a protocol, and then you back to life. That's the stuff that we excel in. Now, I would love to deal with simple maintenance of the body and not pulling you off your deathbed, because it's hard to do that. But I guess that's where Yahweh got us at right now, and we've been there for the last 8 years. So I guess it's just where we at. We excel in the stuff that ain't nobody else doing. And these are just the facts of the matter. So of course I can help you with this. We do this all the time. All right, what else we got? So we got eczema, keloid skin, delayed in speech. Yeah, that's mucus in the brain. It says, I am not sure if this is something that you can assist with, but my 4-year-old, okay, so this your 4-year-old. My 4-year-old has a speech delay, and I don't understand why. I'm going to tell you why right now. He's not getting enough oxygen to the left side of his brain. That's exactly why. He's not getting enough oxygen and electricity to the left side of his brain. Region 44, region 43, 42, and 22. That's what we need to get oxygen to. We're going to have to cleanse out that glymphatic system, and we need to cleanse his blood, sure enough. And we need to give him a lot of iron phosphate before he can get that iron, that oxygen molecule on that iron phosphate before it can be just distributed to that brain right. And we need to teach him how to breathe properly. I bet you he's breathing improperly too. He need to make sure he's inhaling through his nasal passages and exhaling through his mouth. And when he inhaled through his nasal passage, his stomach need to be expanding for he can fulfill that diaphragm, that lower bottom extremity parts of his lungs. And then when he exhaling, his stomach, his belly button need to be touching his heart. He need to be getting rid of all that nitric and nitrate sulfuric acids and carbon dioxide that he's breathing in. This will get him to send so much oxygen to his brainstem with the berry diet and with the geogenetic level 1 and with the 3 bitters and with the brain and nerve kits. He'll be on and popping. He'll be formulating words in no time. It says, I don't understand why all 4 of my children, he is the only one who has experienced this. He is extremely smart, however, all praises. He can actually read books. So we see he can read books, but that belly breathing. Breathe from the diaphragm. Breathe from the pit. Breathe from deep within. If you can, I see how big my stomach got it when I breathe in. You see how small it got when I breathe out? That's a true breath. Make sure every breath you take is complete. These are true breaths to get the most oxygen to each 150 trillion cells of the body. This will center you. This will open and decalcify your pineal gland. I mean, this will blow that third eye open and have you walking with God. I'm telling you, just all from the breath work, the breath form. But our breath class is coming soon. I know I've been talking about this for about a year now, but we finally almost finished with all this stuff. So we finna be hitting y'all with all knowledge very soon. And that's why y'all ain't really been seeing me a lot. I know they keep me in Facebook jail and in YouTube jail a lot, but y'all ain't been, not only y'all ain't been seeing me because I've been locked up virtually, but because we've been working, getting all these classes ready and prepared for y'all. We finna be having seminars, retreats, and all of that. Just wait on it. And we trying to get, I gotta go ahead and drop this baby. Can't wait till my baby get here, and then she'll be free and we can start doing the live cooking classes. You know what I'm saying? Like Kawhi gonna be helping with the cooking classes, showing y'all how to use the herbs, and it's gonna be beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So just wait on it. It's coming. All right. It says, my bad. I be talking too much when I'm trying to read these cases. I just be having so much to express, y'all. It says, since then, he haven't had much of a severe problem. Read that. It says, but my 4-year-old have. I read that. He's extremely smart. However, he actually read books, he understands instructions, and he can memorize the entire book. So nothing's wrong with his cerebellum. Y'all see that? Something's just wrong with the left hemisphere of his brain, but his cerebellum is intact. He can memorize entire books and or sentences and paragraph words for word after word. He spells very well, especially considering at his age. But when it comes to expressing what he wants and answering questions asked, he doesn't formulate a response. I am not sure if that has anything to do with his nerve receptors. You hit it right on the nerve. You hit it right on the nose. Well, you hit it right on the nerve too. That's exactly what's going on. It is his nerve receptors. He have nerve problems, and the nerves is not traveling the neurotransmitters to the brain for him to speak properly because he lack oxygen in that region. I don't know if his mucus there, or I don't know if the nerves are damaged to the point where it's not coming, but you did say he's going through keloids. You did say he's going through eczema, and that's what the herpes disease do. That's what actually the hemith worm does. It lives, and these proteins express themselves on the nervous system. That's why people that don't heal from herpes end up with dementia, Alzheimer's disease, all types of neurological disease and dysfunctionings because of how the acids and how this hemith worm chew and eat at the nervous system. So look, I think you right on track. So we need to most definitely put him on a parasitic cleanse ASAP and stimulate them nerves. Put him on an all berry diet or all fruit diet high in berries to send oxygen to that brain. Get him on the 3 bitters. Get him on a geogenetic level 1, and let's deworm him first. Let's make sure we deworm deworm him. The 3 bitters would deworm him. The parasite elimination would deworm him. All of these things are inside of the geogenetic level 1, and we need to get him high in berries. And while you're on that, you're going to be on the brain nerve and lymph. So we're going to turn on the adrenal glands so we can get the kidneys pumping and getting rid of all that lymphatic fluid, because the lymphatic fluid got all of them acids built up in it. We need to turn on the lymph nodes, make sure that we're replacing the good bacteria, and we just need to go after all the systems simultaneously to get rid of what he got going on. It says, including my husband, it says, and allowing him to construct his own words. Everyone, including my husband, believe he will speak eventually, including the doctors, but I am a little worried. With that, I am wondering what can be recommended to heal these ailments. I just told you everything you need, but I'm gonna repeat it one more time. Will an all fruit diet help? Look, she been listening. Will an all fruit diet help with these healing issues? Yes, it will, goddess. Yes, it will. Get him on an all fruit diet now. Get him on there right now. All fruit diet, high in fruits. Make sure you massaging them kidneys, massaging them neurolymphatic points. Make sure they high in berries. Geogenetic 1. Parasite elimination kit, 3 bitters. Go after the kidneys with the intercellular cleanse. Get the adrenal glands back online with the brain nerves and adrenal kit, and just work all these systems Check his urine. Make sure the kidneys filtrating. If the kidneys not filtrating, then turn it back up again. Hold on, I'm getting too much feedback. If the kidneys not filtrating, then turn them up again. Get some more intercellular cleanse. Make sure you get them licorice root. If his blood pressure not high, to kick the kidneys back on. Go after them kidneys. Look for filtration. Move the lymphatic system. Hot and cold showers. Make sure you get a steamer, a steaming sauna. Put him in that steaming sauna so he can start sweating and cleansing through his skin more. I mean, there's so many things you can do. Get a rebounder. Run with him. Play football with him. Make him run so he can bounce and shake that lymphatic system. That way he can move that lymph, open up the kidneys, and get rid of this issue. Straight up. All right, so where is that? Boom. It says, would an all fruit diet help heal these issues? I'm so glad. That means you're listening. If so, what fruits do you recommend? I already gave you the fruits, queen. Me and my husband started your amino acid therapeutic diet program. All praises. I gotta change the name of that. It's called the geogenetic diet therapeutic program right already. So since you already on the diet program, put him on level 3. He need to be on level 3, the intense all fruit smoothies and stuff like that, high in berries. It says, in hopes of healing. Hold on, y'all. In hopes of healing and improving our individual issues, but I would greatly appreciate if you can provide clarity on whether it is a right program to do, and also what would you suggest for our children. I think I just really went in on that and gave you everything that you need. So that's exactly what you need, queen. That's exactly what you need, queen. All right, next question. Question number 4. Dang, we only on question number 4, boy. I do be talking too much. I says, hi, my name is such and such. My best friend's mom had breast cancer. Breast cancer. Listen to this, y'all. They removed the breast, but the cancer came back. How many times do I got to tell y'all about this? How many times do I got to tell you about this? And see, this is what makes me mad right here, because they know good and damn well removing the issue is not going to solve the root problem. They removed the breast and the cancer came back. Now, check this out. If you remove the breast and the cancer came back, then where did the cancer come back at? Usually to the chest and then to the lungs. It's going to the lungs next because they don't have a breast to actually inhabit no more. Ooh-wee. And now we have to realize what cancer is. All cancer is when the cell deprives itself of 60% of its oxygen. The cells go through something called cellular mitosis. And this is when the cell divides controllably. But when the cell starts to divide uncontrollably, this is called uncontrollable cellular mitosis. And this happens from the cells being too acidic. That's what causes cancer. So you have 150 trillion cells in your body, like I tell you all the time. The brain, nerve, and lymph. The blood feeds the cells of the body because your cells have to eat. The lymphatic system cleanses the cells of the body because whatever the cells eat, they have to defecate, and they need to cleanse the poop because cells don't have legs, so they poop on top of themselves. When a cell poop on top of themselves and your lymphatic system is too stagnant and it's not moving because your kidneys is not working properly, well, all the acids that the cell produced from pooping on top of itself sits on top of the cells and burns the hell out of the cell. When it burns the hell out of the cell, it sucks all the oxygen oxygen from the cells and to leave a glucose factor on the cell. This glucose factor was supposed to go to inside of the cell to be used as adenosine triphosphate, but since the acids was there binding the poop to the cell, then you didn't get the ATP from it. So it leaves a glucose factor. This glucose factor then ferment on top of the cell and then turn to like a black tar, and it engulfs the cell and takes all the oxygen out of the cell. And once this happened to, I say about 100 million cells, they call this cancer. And the cells are literally undividing controllably, and they sticking themselves together, called agglomulation, due to the glucose factor leaving back. And then this coagulation causes tumors, and this is what they call cancers. So acids is what causes cancer. Acid is nothing but cancer because the acids is depriving the cells of oxygen, leaving glucose back. The glucose then basically go through an uncontrollable process of breaking down, and then all this breaking down coagulates itself together, called agglomulation. These things form tumors, and then this isolated tumor is what they call cancer. So cancer is nothing but a damaged cell that does not have oxygen. Let me say that again. Cancer is nothing but a damaged cell that does not have oxygen. If you eat a meat diet, if you eat a high vegetables diet and you're not getting fruits in, if you're drinking and smoking, guess what? Your cells lack oxygen and they're dividing uncontrollably. Everybody that's not eating correctly have cancerous cells. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So since everybody is going through this, why would you let them take your breasts? It's easy just to detox yourself, but now the breast's gone and the cancer came back because guess what? They took the breast, but they didn't take the acids. They took the breast, but they didn't clean the acids out of the body. You see that? It's the craziest thing. It's like taking the toilet seat and not cleaning the poop. You took the toilet, now the poop and the shit is just all over the floor. So of course it's gonna come back because you didn't fix the root cause of the problem, which was diet and acids in the body that caused the cells to be uncontrollably divided in the first place, because they've been getting burnt alive by the acids from the foreign chemistry from the food you've been eating. So now they done took this lady breast and she's still suffering from cancer. And now the cancer is in the lungs because she don't have a breast for the cancer to inhabit no more. Man, I hate that, man. Straight up. It pisses me all the way off. I says now she's having all these complications. They want to stick a camera in. They want to stick a camera in her. They have her on chemo meds. So they done took her breasts. Hold on, let's get this right. Let me fix this. They done took her breasts because of cancer. Now they giving her chemotherapy because the cancer spread it, and they giving her chemotherapy, which is more cancer. Y'all heard this? Let me show y'all what chemotherapy does. Chemotherapy is mustard gas. All right, now look, it's impossible to get cancer without acids. Acids is what causes cancer, y'all. Now let me show y'all something. Hold on, let me look this up. All right, chemotherapy is mustard gas. Now check this out. It says what cancer does mustard gas cause? Check this out. Mustard gas is a carcinogenic. See that? It's a carcinogenic. It says in humans, it has been shown to cause lung, tongue, throat, and voice box cancer. Mustard gas hazard summary identification. So now what I want to show y'all is, guess what chemotherapy is? Chemotherapy is mustard gas. Hold on, y'all. I ain't supposed to be showing that. Look, check this out. Where is it? Mustard gas have resulted in more than 1.3 million casualties, approximately 90,000 deaths, chemical warfare. And this is literally what your chemotherapy is. Let me show you some. Hold on. Hold on, family. Let me do this real quick. Give me 1 second, because I want to show y'all something. Because I know y'all be thinking I be just making stuff up. Watch this. What is the ingredients of chemotherapy? Watch this, y'all. Let me screenshot this and put this on the screen. Just in case y'all think I'm lying. And the first thing that pop up is, watch this. Let me get up out of this. Man, what's up with all this feedback, man? These damn reptilians don't want me to be telling all their truth today. Where did that go? Boy, I just Googled and screenshot it. Where you at? Check this out, y'all. What they say? There are several types of what? Alkalytic agents used in chemotherapy treatments. What's the first one? Mustard gas derivatives. Hold on. So we see chemotherapy treatments have mustard gas derivatives. It is 100% mustard gas. It's mustard gas. Y'all see that? Mustard gas derivatives. Y'all see all these long words. I ain't gonna even read them. I ain't finna embarrass myself. But y'all see that it's mustard gas. So then we read that these are several types of these agents used in chemotherapy treatments. The first one is mustard gas. And then you go look at this, what I just pulled up. This says what mustard gas causes. Notice we see that mustard gas causes lung cancer. It causes tongue cancer. It causes throat cancer and voice box cancer. Then you see how many people mustard gas done killed because they actually dropped it on Italians and used this in World War II, and it killed thousands of people because it is chemical warfare. So you telling me you done made mustard gas atom bombs, and since y'all didn't know what to do with the biohazard chemicals with the bullshit, y'all done took this and used it as chemotherapy treatment, and you treating this with an already acidic disease called cancer. And it tells you what happens. See that? It says November 11th, 1918. The use of chemical weapons such as, let's get back to it, mustard gas. I'm gonna go after the root word. Mustard gas have resulted in more than 1.3 million casualties and approximately 90,000 deaths. Chemical warfare medical response during World War I. NBCI. Look this stuff up. So my question is this. Why are you giving her chemotherapy, which causes cancer, to so-called heal her cancer? We got to make this make sense. And it is so hard cleansing that stuff out of the body. And it's not hard cleansing it out of the body. It's hard for the body not to leave. It's hard for you not to leave your body while trying to cleanse the chemotherapy out of it. Let me say it like that. Because chemotherapy is so poison and it's a biohazard. So once it hit the bloodstream, when we trying to cleanse it, the detoxification and the healing crisis you go through just be down. I mean, you be super, super down. So you got to slow cleanse chemotherapy out of the body. Otherwise, you can kill somebody. You can kill them, rushing and bringing them potent herbs in and putting that chemotherapy back in that blood system real quick. You got to be smart, and you have to be a very good master herbalist to know how to cleanse that chemotherapy up out of that liver, because that's where it's going. But you see what it does? It causes cancer. Then they done took her breast. So they took her. She don't got one breast for no reason, because y'all ain't even fixed the damn problem. Then y'all finna give her more cancer with the chemotherapy, because that remission bullshit is bullshit, and the blowback from the chemotherapy be worse than the cancer before from eating acidic foods or being around radiation. The chemotherapy is 10 times worse than both of those. Chemotherapy is at a 1.2 on a potential hydrogen scale. That is enough to burn a hole through titanium. And y'all putting that in y'all bodies. Man. All right, it says my best friend mom's had breast cancer. They removed the breast and it came back. Now she's having all these complications. These complications is actually coming from the chemotherapy. And that's what they do. They cause complications until they kill you, unless you can properly get the chemotherapy up out of the cells of the body and up out of the body. It says they want to stick a camera in her. They have her on chemo meds. Tell them to stop them chemo meds right now. They are killing her. Yes, they are, sister. You know right. You're smart. They're killing her. We will do whatever it takes to help her. I'm glad you will. Please, can you recommend the start? Right off back, she's going to need our top level package, because this is going to cause her AIDS. Chemotherapy causes AIDS. AIDS really exists. It's called immunosuppressive therapy. That's what chemotherapy is. It's immunosuppressive therapy. They're finna kill the shit out of her lymphatic system. They are finna kill her lymph nodes. They're finna kill all the bacteria in her body. They're finna deprive every cell of oxygen, and she is literally gonna die off of her mucus if we don't stop this right now. And I'm just keeping it totally funky with you. It says, I don't know one person have died from cancer. Everybody I know that died from cancer died from the so-called allopathic treatment of cancer, which is chemotherapy and surgery. That's what kills people with cancer. Other than that, everybody got cancerous cells in their body. We are in 2021. Everybody got mutating cells in their body. Everybody walking around with so-called cancer. It's the treatment that's killing us, man. Straight up. She need the geogenetic level 3 ASAP, and you need to rush that. We'll send that overnight. She need that ASAP, and you need to do not put her on an all fruit diet, because if you put her on an all fruit diet, it is going to cleanse her way too fast, and you do not want that chemotherapy rushing that blood, because it'll kill her. So do not put her on an all fruit diet. You need to change her to an all raw diet, and you need to get high in fruits, but you need to balance that out with some grounding vegetables. Make sure she's grounded, because on that all fruit, she's going to be too energetic, and all that pain she's suffering, she ain't going to want to be in this vehicle no more. She gonna want to go visit another body. She gonna be ready to go to another dimension once she experienced the energetics of the all fruit. So if you want to really keep her alive, tell them do not put her on an all fruit diet. Put her on an all raw diet. 80% fruit, 20% vegetables. Just make sure the vegetables that you feed her are high in water content. That way, because I know the chemotherapy messed up her digestive system. I know it. I wonder if is she on a feeding tube? I mean, I don't even know the state. I don't even know the state. But if you put her on an all fruit diet, it's most likely gonna take her down, because all the chemo, she at stage 4 now. It then came back, it hit her lungs now, and she got that so don't put her on all fruits. That's gonna cleanse her too fast. So put her on a balanced diet, 80% fruits, 20% vegetables that's high in water content. Make sure if she gonna get kale and stuff like that, which is very healthy for her, make sure she's juicing it through a juice extractor that's gonna really break through that cellulose and break through all of the cellular structure, and get her on that. She need to be on my geogenetic package ASAP, level 3. Don't play with level 1, don't play with level 2, level 3. Go straight for the kidneys, open up them kidneys, move that lymphatic system, for we can start getting these cells and get that bullshit chemotherapy up out of her body. Only way she gonna be able to pull that out of her body is by way of the lymphatic system. But I do tell you though, once you start pulling away at them cells, that chemo is gonna come from deep within them cellular tissues, showing its ugly head, and she gonna go through there. You finna take her down through there, but if she wanna live, she gonna have to experience these things again, because you think that shit burn going in. Chemotherapy 1.2 on the potential hydrogen scale, hot enough to burn titanium. Imagine that sitting in your cells hiding and then coming back out. That she finna go on a ride. So she gonna need all the support. She gonna need all family with her. Y'all gonna have to be praying for with her, breathing with her, meditating with her, playing good music around her, being positive. She don't need to be angry. She don't need to be around people that got bad stanky ass attitudes. She need to be in total bliss while she's in this healing case, because it's gonna bring her through a healing crisis. All right, straight up, man. I hate to hear stuff like that. And she know it too. She said they are killing her with the exclamation point. It says we will do whatever it takes. All right, so I just told you what you need to do. The bitter 3, make sure, and we'll make sure that we put some sour sap leaves up in there for her. Man, see, I wish my healing home was open. I'll tell you to bring her to me. I'll tell you to bring her here. Bring her to me. Man, I hate this. It says, please, can you recommend where to start? I just told you. I've been taking notes from every single video. I'm glad you do. Every single video you post. So you're doing good already. I need to know where to start. They say she's growing enzymes on. They say she has growing enzymes on her. She can't stomach anything she been throwing up. Yeah, it's not, look, they're lying. It's not the growing enzymes. They're mutating her enzymic reactions of her cells through the chemotherapy. The chemotherapy, just like this COVID-19 vaccine, turns you into a damn mutant. And that's why she can't stomach everything she's throwing up, because her stomach and her digestive system is full of acids. It is full of mustard gas. She can't take down anything. So now I know that she's not even eating. You need to juice her. Put her on a juice diet. Juice her with vegetables and juice her with fruits. Make sure you do 80-20. Do not juice her on all fruits. I'm telling you, do not do it. It's gonna be too much of a purgative factor on her, and I don't think her body gonna be able to handle it. Man, I hate stuff like this. This stuff pisses me off, boy. It says they say she's growing enzymes on her. They say she's growing enzymes on her. She can't stomach anything and been throwing up for days. I don't know if I started with the astringent fruits or the antioxidant fruits. See, you really have been listening good. I think you need to start with both, because her cells are deprived of 60% oxygen, plus they done put chemotherapy mustard gas inside of her body and in her bloodstream, so they probably deprive. I mean, I bet she got a lot of mucus everywhere, because they're killing her cells at a high alarming rate. Her cells are probably only operating at 20% oxygen. So you need to put her on the antioxidants, oxygenator fruits like the berries and the fruits, and she need to be on the astringent ones as well. So I mean, you need to do them all, and just make sure you combining them right. Make sure you do the combining your sweet fruits with your sub-sweet fruits, your sub-sweet fruits with your sub-acidic fruits, or what you call citric fruits, and then your citric fruits with your very acidic fruits, and then do it that way. But make sure that you combining them right, because we don't want fermentation setting in at this point, because her stomach ain't even able to digest her food, because the chemotherapy must have gassed and destroyed her intestinal walls. So do both of them. Do astringent fruits and do the antioxidant oxygenators, and get the level 3 and get it ASAP, and we will overnight it to you. Let me mark that. Let me mark you down now. We gon' Anya, if you still on here, find her and let them know. Find her and let them email them tonight. Anya. And Kawhi, I seen you on her, love. You might well start on a package tomorrow. Just start on a package. Anya, email them tonight and then start on their package. All right. I hate that. Y'all got any questions so far? Type in some 9s. Y'all got any questions so far? Type in some 9s. I need a break after reading that. Man, this stuff be pissing me off. I ain't gonna even stunt y'all, because like these people are willfully killing our people. These people are willfully killing our people, man. Straight up. These people are willfully killing our people, and it's just, man. Man. All right, good looking, babe. All right, they got this so far. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, that's deep right there. All right, I'm done with questions from this one. I'm gonna open up the phone lines. Let me turn the phones on. Give me 1 second. Piss me all the way off, man. They start killing these people, boy. All right, phone lines is open. Give me a call, 708-831-2335, 708-831-2335. You can either call me on WhatsApp or you can call me on Google Voice. 708-831-2335. You can ask whatever question you need. Give me a call. How long after getting that COVID vaccine can you detox? As soon as you get it, you need to devax ASAP. The longer it stay in you, the harder it is going to be getting it out. And that stuff, that nanobot technology is literally trying to merge with your cells. So, you need to devac from that DVOC or that COVID ASAP. The DVAX package is on the site. Peace, love, light, healer. Speak your name, speak your peace. Hold on, let me make sure you on properly. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Peace. Can you hear me? Peace, love, light, healer. Speak your name, speak your peace.
Hi.
Peace. How you doing? What's your name and where you from?
My name is Delapo, and I'm from Canada.
You from Canada?
Yes.
Okay, all praises. Now, where is that? Where actually is that at?
Canada.
Canada?
Canada.
Oh, Canada. It's just, you got a strong accent. Canada. Okay, do me a favor, Queen. Turn your background off for me so I can actually hear you.
Oh, okay. All right. It's turned off now.
Okay, now talk to me. What's going on with you?
I'm currently pregnant.
Okay.
And I'm 7 weeks to my due date.
Okay.
And before I was pregnant, I was I'm always like anemic.
Okay.
Yeah, and as of recent, they still said my hemoglobin level is 112.
It's hold on, is what 12?
Hemoglobin, something like that.
Yeah, your
My
hemoglobin.
anemic,
So where is it at? Is
yeah,
at
it's
12?
112, 112. And they said it has to be around 120, 130
Your
for
iron.
both.
So that must be that actually must be the Canada the way they do it, because ours is usually between 12.5 and 14. So I see they just putting extra zeros on there. I see what you're saying. Okay. So you lacking iron phosphate. What else they saying is going on with you?
So they say is my iron phosphate is 112, sorry, not 112, 112.
Uh-huh.
So they did said if it doesn't increase, that I have to increase my iron level
Okay.
supplement to 2 times in a day. So that's what they say. And I currently do have a hemorrhoid I've been dealing with for years.
Okay. So
On top of that,
have they gave you any iron oxide? They gave you iron that you can take?
they just said I should just go over the counter, just grab any iron
Grab
tablet.
any iron. That does sound
But
crazy. Just grab any iron, huh?
I know, but I decided to go for the real fruit iron, which is a mega food blood builder.
Uh-huh.
So that was what I've been taking from the start of the pregnancy.
What happened?
Saudi Khalifa.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Queen, call me back. There you go. Sorry about that. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
Sorry
okay.
about that.
So you taking over the counter iron, but in a natural way. So have you been back to the doctor since you have been taking a natural iron? Hopefully it's an iron phosphate. We'll know once you check your blood. Have you been back?
Yeah, and that's why they said it's still 112.
So it's still, so even after that, it's showing you it don't work. It probably was an iron oxide. So what you need from me is you're going to need my iron phosphate off my website. That'll most definitely get your iron up. And you need to be juicing. Make sure you juicing some kale. Kale will be very good for you. That's full of iron, but make sure you juicing it. Also, dandelion greens. You have another one, lamb's quarters. This is another one you can take. And all these things are very good, and it's full of iron phosphate, and to bring your iron up. Also, you're going to have to check your adrenals. It might be your adrenals because you might be having iron, but you're not utilizing the iron. What I teach everybody, the body have 4 keys to healing. You have digestion, you have absorption, you have utilization, and then you have elimination. You might not be utilizing because your adrenals are down, or you fatigue all the time, or you tired all the time.
Yeah, I'm always weak all the time. I'm tired.
What about your blood pressure? Is your blood pressure pretty low?
And they said my blood pressure is okay.
It's okay. I wonder what it was. I bet you systologically you kind of low, because if it's a couple numbers down, they won't even say nothing. They say it's healthy. I bet you it's your adrenal glands, because I'm pretty sure that you're getting iron, especially if you actually taking iron supplements and it's not showing up in your CBC chart and your blood work, and it's still saying that your hemoglobin is low. Then that means that it's your adrenal glands. Your adrenal glands is not functioning properly, so we need to bring your adrenal glands up. So what I want to do is, while you pregnant, when are you supposed to be giving birth to the baby?
October 9.
Okay, see, this is perfect. So what you need to bring the iron black up, get the iron phosphate off my, it's called the Blood Builder Iron Nourisher Kit. I need to know a name. That way when we make the kit, we know not to put stuff in there that's going to harm the baby. So how do you spell your name? Or what name are you going to order under? Okay,
DOLAPO.
DOLAPO.
Yeah. So another thing is that I tried to make an order and placed an order in the past, but I'm having an issue with your system recognizing my address. So I can't go further without your system recognizing that my address is correct. And
Okay.
So move on to make a payment.
So I'm gonna put Ania on it. Ania's on here listening too. And what we can do, we can just do it through like PayPal or something like that. And then she'll take your address over the phone tomorrow. And then we'll take care of that. Matter of fact,
Okay.
hold on, let me see. So I want you to, you see my email on the screen that says questions@yakiawaken.com?
On the charts, on the live charts.
No, actually on the screen. If you look at me talking right now, and I'm pointing down at it on the screen. Questions at yakiawaken.com. You see it?
No.
It's right next to Yaki Awaken on my screen.
Oh, you screen.
Look right below me. I'm on a microphone at the base of my microphone. It's in white. It's like a whitish grayish color. Questions, QUSTIONS at yakiawaken.com.
Oh, yeah, I can see.
Okay,
on your screen. Sorry.
Yes, on my screen. It's okay.
On my phone. Sorry.
So send an email, and in the subject line, type in your name and put Aniya name. Aniya is ANIYAH. All right, and tell her that you having problems ordering from the site, and she's going to get your address and everything, and she's going to send your package that way. She also in the comments board too, so she hear everything you saying, and she'll take care of you.
What's her name again?
Her name is Aniya, ANI-YAH. Aniya.
YAH.
Yep, and she gonna take care of you. She'll take care of you, and we'll get that to you. And we also will take out anything that's going to harm the baby, so you don't have to worry about harming the baby. And give it 7 days. And I want you to get your blood tested and watch how that iron shoot up.
Really? Wow.
Yes, that's how easy it is. Now, what else was you going through?
Okay, so Yaki, I'm glad you asked that question. So before I was pregnant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before I discovered your herbs and your company, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big believer of Dr. Sebi.
Yeah, Dr. Sebi. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have done cleanse in the past. Full package of Dr. Sebi's cleanse in the past with fasting, juicing, and everything. So I would not eat or anything like that. I'm just trying to cleanse my body and all that stuff. And I've also taken Dr. Mer's full cleansing package in the past. But before I was pregnant, I wasn't eating clean food. It wasn't junk, but I was eating my typical Nigerian food.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I didn't cleanse the body before I got pregnant, and it was so painful for me. But my medical history is that I have hemorrhoid for 14 years now. Okay. And even upon trying to cleanse my body from the past, the hemorrhoid still persists. And the best way to describe it is that the best way to describe the look of the hemorrhoid on the outside. Okay, so it is a outside hemorrhoid. If you look at the monkey. Okay. I got that. Okay. If you look at the monkey's bum. Yeah. So that's what it looks like. So you have an outer hemorrhoid. And I have inner fissure. Okay, inner fissure too. Inner fissure. I will shed blood in the. I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah. It's like passing stool. So passing stool. Every time my body cannot tolerate spicy food, and the majority of my country food is spicy. Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you that spicy food. You gotta get away. I'm in trouble. Yeah, so you gotta get away from the spicy food. You got to, but you gotta get away from it. And that's showing me, and I can tell you what's going on with you right now. We gotta go out to your thyroid because that's dealing with your connective tissue and your nerves and the pituitary gland to get rid of them hemorrhoids. We're gonna make sure that we make you some hemorrhoids cream, and you're gonna need to open up your kidneys and your liver. We're gonna wait till after the pregnancy for that, but I can go after the thyroid while you pregnant, and you can take the blood nourisher and iron barrel to build up the iron back in the blood, and the hemorrhoid cream will get rid of the hemorrhoids quickly. I had hemorrhoids. I went on an all apple juice fast probably like a month ago, and I was using the bathroom so much I developed hemorrhoids in like 3 days, and I mean I couldn't even I had it so bad I didn't even want to go to the toilet. Now, this is about 2 months ago. And I had Aniya and Kawhi make me up some hemorrhoid cream, and my hemorrhoids is gone within literally a day. So I'm going to send you some hemorrhoid cream. And then once So the thing is about my hemorrhoid is in the family.
So, but it's not. But it's not genetic though. What's genetic is the diet. You're eating all of them astringent foods, the spicy foods, and the spicy foods is causing acidic media, and it's actually tripping the thyroid gland, so it's weakening the connective tissue, and that's why you're getting a ballooning effect of your nerves and of your connective tissue at the back of your anus ballooning out. That's all it is. So it's not genetically. I know you probably think it's genetically because it run through your family, but what run through your family is that spicy diet, that Nigerian spicy diet, and that's the reason why all of y'all are experiencing the same thing. So I'm telling you that we can get rid of it, but you're gonna have to get on an all fruit diet. What you been pregnant, just do an all raw diet right now, because you don't want to start a major cleansing while you pregnant, especially when you finna give birth to the baby, because you don't want that pregnancy to be super painful and all messy. So do all raw now. You're gonna take the blood builder and the iron nourisher kit that I give you. Make sure you rub on the hemorrhoid cream, and then when you give birth to the baby, now we can start giving you things that'll help you internally with the hemorrhoids. But we can get rid of them outwardly with the cream, I'm telling you. But you got to get away from the spicy foods though. And you already know what, if you've been following Morse, you already know what foods you're supposed to be eating. If you've been following Dr. Sabi, you already know what foods you're supposed to be eating, especially following Morse.
Yeah, the thing is, I keep going back when I take a break.
Yeah.
Make up my mind. You keep going back. Once I climb to some certain level, my body start craving for it.
Yeah, and that's the parasites, Queen. You got to get rid of the parasites. You can remember you got 150 trillion cells in your body. 100 of them trillion cells is not yours. They belong to the microbiome, and they literally sends out sensory senses. They influence you to eat what you want to eat and stuff like that. But you gotta love yourself more. Know that you're bringing a precious baby into this world, and say enough is enough. I'm tired of this pain I'm going through. I don't want my baby, because if you lack an iron, just imagine what the baby's going through. If you lack iron, you see what I'm saying? So, and then the baby is trying to pull all the iron from you for it can make sure that it's not anemic and it's getting the right amount of oxygen in its placenta. And if you lack an iron and you're not utilizing iron because your adrenals is down, then how can the baby utilize iron? So you got to take all of these things into factor and realize, like, look, it's time for me to really do something about this. But I can tell you now, you have thyroid issues and that connective tissue is not acting right. And that's the reason why you keep getting a hemorrhoid ballooning effect, just like that. Once you strengthen the thyroid and you strengthen the connective tissue, you'll be able to keep that inside of you instead of outside of you, and stop aggravating it and stop stimulating it with all of the spicy foods and stuff, because you know that's going to have you running off anyway, and it's going to be hot. So now you got hemorrhoids with hot feces coming out. That don't feel good at all. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I recommend. And I say let's strengthen the thyroid, strengthen the connective tissue, make sure the parathyroid and the parathyroxine is actually harmonizing right with the chemistry of your body once you give birth to the baby. But until then, we can give you some hemorrhoids cream, and you can get the blood builder and iron nourisher kit to get that iron back in your body for you and the baby can have the right iron.
Okay, and my skin is like an alligator skin. I'm very dehydrated.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how many, like, I am so dehydrated. Like, I drink a lot of water, but I feel like it goes into the toilet. My body doesn't utilize it.
Because you're not utilizing. Again, it's going back to what I'm saying.
Malabsorption as well.
Malabsorption and utilization. That's what it is, malabsorption and utilization. But while you pregnant, I wouldn't go after them too much, because we don't want to harm the baby. So I mean, I'm recommending what I recommend. I say let's stick to that until you give birth, and then after you give birth, let's go after the utilization and let's go after the absorption. But I don't really want to give you too many herbs because it ain't gonna be good for the baby.
Oh, okay. So right now, what was I gonna say? So right now, I should just pause on my blood builder.
Yes,
I mega food.
Yeah, I would, because it's not doing nothing for you. I would get the blood builder and iron nourisher kit off my site. Y'all gonna help you with that, and we're gonna throw in the hemorrhoid cream for free. We'll throw it in for you. Make sure you applying that to you. And I mean, look, you will be good. We'll get your iron up in 7 days, and them hemorrhoids will go away with the cream. I mean, mine went away after 24 hours, so just give yours a couple of days for that. And then inwardly, we'll worry about the utilization and the malabsorption after you give birth. That way, we're not harming the baby while you're still pregnant with the toxic herbs, because you know these herbs are toxic, whether people want to believe it or not. You have toxic herbs. The toxicity of the herbs is what purges and clean the body. You know, it's kind of like if you get drunk off of alcohol, you start throwing up everywhere because the toxicity of the alcohol, it was poisonous. Same thing with the poisonous roots and the poisonous leaf of chaparral, of poke root, of blood root, of all these other different herbs. Once you take them, it reacts to the body and you throw these things up and you poop them out because it's a purgative factor. So we don't want to put you on a purge with that baby in your stomach.
Okay. And another thing is that bear in mind that my hemorrhoids has been there for 14 years. It just didn't pop out last week.
Yeah, I know. And
So
it
has
lies
become
dormant.
so
I get
yeah.
it. We got you though. We're gonna take care of you. So I'm gonna make sure you email that email I gave you. Make sure you tag in the subject line Aniya and put your name in there and we'll take care of you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right,
so
peace,
much.
love, light, and healing. Queen, peace. All right, y'all, phone lines back open. Hit me up. Y'all been blowing me up. Hit me up. 708-831-2335. 708-831-2335. 708-831-2335. Hopefully y'all got everything that she was saying. She was speaking loud. She just soft spoken. That's all. Peace, love, light, and healing. Speak your name, speak your peace.
Hi, this is Jacqueline. I'm surprised I came through.
Miss Jacqueline, how you doing, Miss Jacqueline? Where you from?
Originally I'm from Uganda.
From Uganda? Okay, Uganda in the building. Where you at now?
No, Uganda.
Uganda.
Yes.
Okay, are you still residing out there now?
No, I'm in Atlanta right now.
Oh, okay. What's going on with you, Queen? Speak to us, goddess.
Yes, first of all, I want to thank you for your information. Everything has been completely changed, and even back home, the diet, everything is so bad. So I want to thank you so much. I'm surprised it took me coming to America to find all this information out. But I want to thank you so much.
All praises. I thank you, and I appreciate you for just listening and being connected with the information and to know it's real and to know it's true for you to be able to even call in. So what's going on with you? Speak to me.
Yes. So I'm starting everything afresh, starting to change my diet. I have a daughter who's turning 3 years old soon, and we've been on the wrong diet this whole time. We went vegan, fake vegan 2 months ago, and now we have to go raw because we've been cooking the food. So just trying to figure out how to acclimate her to eating like raw foods and raw fruits because she does not like it at all.
No, it ain't her that don't like it. It's the bacterium that's in the body, the microbiome and the parasites that don't like it. The best way how I can tell you to do it is the transitional process. Throughout the week, put her on raw and let her know on the weekend if you do good, we'll do cook alkaline food, which there is no such thing, but we'll do cooked vegetables and cooked grains and stuff like that. If you do good throughout the week, you have to make it seem like that. Eating raw is just a transitional, but make it seem like, okay, I'm gonna give you these raw foods, and then you can do cook raw foods. Not cook raw foods, but some cook raw foods that's good too. It's a dude on, what's his name? His name is Erez. He's in Barbados, I believe, and he have cook raw. He have cook raw like recipes and stuff. But what you do, how you transition her over, just let her know, look, I'm gonna feed you these raw foods. We're gonna eat raw foods throughout the week. Let her know the benefits of them. Let her convince her that it's gonna turn her into a superhero. This is what this is gonna do for your body. This is gonna build you strong bones. This is gonna make your hair longer. And whatever she's into, if she's a little pretty girl and like to get her nails done, like she like her nails and all of that.
No, we don't do our nails at all.
Don't do them at all. What about her hair? Do you do hair time with her?
I do her hair at home.
So you can say, oh, this gonna make your hair long, and I can play with your hair. Okay. We can put barrettes in them. You just have to make it look pretty to her. What do she like watching on TV?
The only thing I let her watch is Miss Monica sometimes.
Okay, so
but I'm trying to get her off TV as well.
I got you. You waking her all the way up. Do Miss Monica got anything where she's eating healthy foods though?
No.
See what I'm saying? So, and that's the thing. We have to make it. We got to make it to where eating fruits and vegetables is popping, like just the same way like the dances is popping, just the same way like the little cartoons is popping. We have to find a way to promote the fruits and vegetables, like how this damn devil is promoting all this demonic stuff to our children and making it look good. We have to do the same thing when it comes to the fruits. And my way of getting mine is, you know, I be like, look, we're gonna eat raw all this week, but on the weekend we gonna eat good cook alkaline foods, even though there's no such thing. So it gives them something to look forward to. And then, you know, every other weekend just don't say that. So now you done went from a whole week of cooked alkaline foods, then you done went from 2 weeks to non-alkaline, just an all raw diet. You look up, you'll be a month in and y'all not eating any cooked food whatsoever. But you know your daughter and you know what she like and you know what she dislike. I mean, it sounds like you might just have to bribe her. I know that sounds messed up, but I mean, we have to do what we got to do in this time, especially with the vaccines and these fake viruses and the chemtrails and the tainted water. We got to do what we got to do to get our kids on the good side of nature. So, I mean, tell her you will give her some Barbie dolls if she get through it, make it like a test for her, and then ask her at the end of the week, was it that bad? Of course, she's going to say no. Then say, look, let's do another week. And, you know, you look up and you just months and months in and she's not even thinking about them other foods, as long as she don't have nobody outside of y'all influencing her.
Okay. And then what herbs do you recommend that I get for her, or some like supplements I can get from your site?
How old is she?
She's turning 3 in September.
She's turning 3. What I would do for her, I would give her, you should get her the kidney and adrenal kit. The kidney and adrenal kit.
Okay.
The kidney and adrenal kit are very, very, very good for her. Kidney and adrenal kit.
Okay. And then for me, I am in the healthcare business. It is so bad.
Is they making y'all do the mandatory vaccinations?
Not yet. I spoke to one of my colleagues and she said they were trying to do it in June, but the ratio of nurses who got the vaccine at our hospital is 40%. The doctors, it was higher, it was 60%. So they think that if they try to mandate it on the nurses, they won't have a business running. So
okay, good. Okay. So what you got going on with you?
A lot of the people around me got the vaccine.
You worried about them shedding on you?
Yeah. So far, nothing has happened. All I get is a few colds here and there.
Okay, yeah, that shedding process is possible though. A lot of shedding been going on. I just recommend this to you. You make sure you keep your lymphatic system open and you keep it cleansed. And you know, if I was you, I'd buy a D-Vax package just because of D-Vax. So go on the website and get you a D-Vax package.
Yes, I saw it.
Yeah, get that package and get her the adrenal and the kidney, and I think y'all will be okay. And like I said, you're gonna have to play around with her diet and psych her out and just pump up fruits and vegetables. Make it sound so good where she want it, you know, make it sound so good. I took this and I had these type of dreams. I took this and this happened to me, baby girl. I took this and now I'm strong as this. You just got to make it sound so appealing and so attracting to her that she actually want to do it. And then once she get into it, the mind and the taste gonna come together, especially if you find her some good ripe fruits. Once she get on them, she ain't gonna never turn back. That's better than any candy you can name any day of the week.
Yeah, I've been trying to get her on watermelon, and she's just like, I don't like it.
Yeah, so just go fruit hunting with her. Find something she do like, and then have her eat most of that. And then, like I said, just start off doing it. Even if you got to do 4 days raw, and then the other 3 days you do cooked, so-called alkaline. Do it that way. Find balance, but make sure that you're doing more raw than cooked, just to get the balance back in.
Okay, because right now she loves pineapple. She can eat half a pineapple by herself.
Okay, is it so? I got a question. When she's eating a pineapple, is it burning her tongue in her mouth?
Not at all.
Okay, well there you go. Start from there and then find some. So that means she likes citric fruits. Try some Mexican mangoes, strawberries. Okay. Try things that got that same type of citric acid response like the pineapple.
Okay.
Okay.
Peace, love, and light, everyone. I appreciate you so much.
It's all good, Queen.
Listening in and plugging in, everybody.
All right. Peace, love, light, and healing, Queen. Peace. See, when we got to get our children, I'm glad she called in. That's a good example right there. We have to start promoting this good diet, y'all. We got to start burning her tongue in her mouth. We gotta start promoting. Hey, mute your phone for me. Mute your phone for me. Mute your phone for me.
Okay, peace, love, and light, everyone. I appreciate you.
Peace.
Call from.
Yeah, mute your phone for me. Mute your phone for me. But what I was saying was we really have to start promoting and pushing good diets to our children the same way that we do with candy on Halloween, the same way we do with Christmas and presents, the same way we do with them watching YouTube all day, knowing the dances. We have to start incorporating these healthy traditions to our children as well. We need to come together. We need to start creating little comic books with fruits and things of that sort. That way it can start be appealing and pleasing to the children and they won't hate them. I don't know, when did fruit become bad to eat? When did fruit become such a disdain? When did the hamburger become more important than an apple? When did the damn chicken wing become more important than fruits and your vegetables and your melons? It's just crazy to me. Like I know somebody that straight never ate vegetables in their life. I'm like, how have you never ate a vegetable in your life? And she 38. She's 38 years old and never ate well, she eating vegetables now because she's on one of our packages. But she never ate vegetables in her life. And it's like, vegetables was not promoted around your household. Like, what's going on with that? So we have to start changing the narrative, y'all. All right, for you who are online, peace, little light in here. Speak your name, speak your piece.
Shanika Moore.
How you doing, Miss Shanika? Where you from, Miss Shanika?
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas in the building. I did a seminar out there. It was popping.
Yeah, I know. I actually got kind of sick, so I couldn't go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
what's going on with you? Talk to me.
Well, back in March of this year, I got a really, really bad headache. Mm-hmm. So my husband took me to the emergency room, and they found a lump or whatever on my pituitary. So after my MRI, they said that I have a pituitary adenoma.
Okay.
Well, what happened with that, it hemorrhaged. So that's why I had the major headache. So they've been like, just, I don't know. It seems like to me that would be an emergency, but they've been kind of like not doing what they need to do. So I want to find out from you what I can do as far as, I guess getting it healed. I'm not quite sure where I.
Yeah, I mean, if it's hemorrhaging, that just means it's bleeding. So my question will be: have the tumor hacked into your blood supply? They ain't.
No, they didn't tell me, but I do have another MRI. I literally had to reach out to surgeons in LA because the medical system here in Vegas is horrid.
It just is. Okay.
It's horrible. So now they want me to get another one because, like I said, this happened back in March.
Okay.
And I couldn't get the correct information that I needed until I, went and talked to the doctors in Los Angeles.
So is it messing with your eyesight? Is it messing with your speech?
No.
See, so this is good. See, because usually once you see hemorrhaging and things like that, you see eyesight starting getting messed up. It's pinching on certain nerves and stuff like that. I say forget them doctors and let's shrink it naturally. That's what I say.
Okay.
So
also,
go ahead.
The doctor was saying to me that when it's called apoplexy. So when that happens, it's almost like the tumor is committing suicide.
Yeah, it's killing itself.
What the doctor, was saying to me.
Yeah, no, the cells are going through something called apoptosis, and it's basically when the cells inside of the tumor starts killing itself, and then it drains. I don't have no problem with that, long as your glymphatic system is open and your lymphatic system is open, but we know that it's not because that's how you got the tumor in the first place. So I think your main focus should be kidney filtration right now, and I'm gonna give you a list of things to do to make sure that your kidneys are filtering, and we gotta cleanse that transverse colon. How long you been on? Did you see when I went through the model to show you how to drain the transverse colon to actually drain the brain?
No, I didn't. I actually caught it maybe about 15, 20 minutes ago.
Okay, but that's what you're going to need to do. So I'll run you through that, and I'll tell you the herbs that you need to get to shrink this. Is that all you got going on is the pituitary tumor?
Well, no, I also have high blood pressure. So I take high blood pressure medications. I take what they call a small dose.
Okay.
So it's like 25 milligrams of losartan. Of course, I'm a little overweight and everything as well. So.
Okay. How tall are you?
5'9".
5'9". How much you weigh?
Yeah. 256.
256, 5'9". Sounds like thyroid. That sounds like thyroid. So the high blood.
I have goiters.
See,
I
and
got diagnosed like a few years ago with goiters.
You see,
on my thyroid.
You see, I ain't making this up. You see, I know what I'm talking about, right?
Right.
Okay, so
definitely.
So what we're going to need to do is we're going to have to cleanse out. Let me move this out the way. We're going to have to cleanse out the transverse colon. In order for you, whenever you're dealing with tumors, whenever you're dealing with keloids, whenever you're dealing with anything that is becoming agglomerated and it's starting to protrude out of certain tissues or a certain organ, that is the lymphatic system being backed up. This is the lymphatic system on my screen. We trying to drain the pituitary. For those that don't know what the pituitary is, let me open this brain up and just to show the people what the pituitary is. So this is the pituitary. If y'all can see this, it look like actually testicles that sits in the brain, and then directly in the back of that is called the pineal. So the pituitary is actually linked to the hypothalamus and the hippocampus. So the pituitary is in control of, it's the master gland of the body. It controls the thyroid gland. This is what's wrong with the thyroid or pituitary. And it controls all the other 6 glandular highways inside the body. It's actually produce a growth hormone for your height. It actually produces something for your metabolic process, for your weight. And it produces something called prolactin, which is this milky substance that actually rejuvenate each cell inside of the body. So this is the issue and the reason why she's gaining weight, and that's what's going on. In order to actually shrink this tumor, which a good thing is it hemorrhage, meaning it slowly bust. So that means it's gonna get smaller on its own anyway. But now we gotta get rid of all the toxins that was inside of it, and that's the only thing I'll be worried about is all the acids and all the toxins that was inside of it when it killed itself and went through apoptosis and you started hemorrhaging from it. Where did these toxics go? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So we got to make sure that we open up the meridian pathways and get the kidneys filtering properly for we can move this system, because this is what's growing the tumor. The lymphatic system and the acids is what's holding on to that, and it don't have its own blood supply, which is very good. All praises to that. So now we just got to open up this system right here, which is called the lymphatic system. Inside the lymphatic system, you have something called lymph nodes. This is a big lymph node right here. Inside of this lymph node, you supposed to have something called biobifidum bacteria or lactobacillus bacteria, and that's what you missing. Because if you had these bacteria inside these, when the lymphatic system picks up the metabolic waste that your cells leave behind, it takes it to these. And here you have hundreds of thousands of macrophages and of lymphocytes that breaks down the actual metabolic waste and brings it to the kidneys for you can filter them out. But your kidneys haven't been working properly, and that's the reason why your lymphatic system is being stagnated and starting to build up. So what we need to do is focus on kidney filtration. So what I want you to do is I want you to get, since it's a level 3 and since you have thyroid issues, I want you to get the geogenetic level 2. Now, what the geogenetic level 2 is going to do, it is going to go through and it's going to start pulling and tugging at every extremity of your body. All the lymph nodes is going to start opening it up. It comes with the 3 bitters. The 3 bitters is going to be there to put back all the bacteria that you don't have in your body back in your body. It's going to open up your skin. It's going to open up your vagina. It's going to open up your intestines, anus. Eyes. You're going to have mucus coming from everywhere, because that's what these pituitary tumors are filled with, glymphatic mucus, and that's what's coming from it. 20% blood and 75% mucus and lymph is coming from these actual tumors. And you probably gonna find a few minerals and clusters and stuff like that there as well. But once you open up the sewage system of the body and you get the kidneys back online by way of the adrenals, because the adrenals actually act as a pump to the kidneys, now you're able to start flowing this lymph out properly. So you need to go on an all fruit diet. I wouldn't do no vegetables as I was you. Can you maintain an all fruit diet for at least 21 days?
Well, I do have hypoglycemia. So if I have too much of high sugars or anything like that, it makes me have a low.
No. So that's a total misconception. You only can get hypoglycemia from glucose, not fructose. Fructose comes from fruit sugar. Fructose is natural occurring. That will not mess you up. Now, we heal diabetes, hyperglycemia, and diabetes mellitus from all fruits. So you don't have to worry about your sugar loading. You might load for a day, but then it's going to go back down and regulate itself because you don't need insulin or you don't need glucose to actually go to the cell when you're on fructose. So you need to go on an all fruit diet, and that'll heal that as well. Not only would you heal that, you will hydrate the body, you will break up all that stuff. You can get rid of them goiters and shrink them goiters on your thyroid. Not only you going to do that, you can heal the pancreas because the pancreas ain't got to be at work because you're going through something called cellular infusion with the fructose, and you don't have to worry about the blood with the glucose and worry about insulin coming from the pancreas, which is the beta cells, the islands of Langerhans, and all of that to actually penetrate the cells to bring the glucose into the cells for you can get ATP. So that's a whole misconception when people say that you can sugar load or glucose or glycogen load off of fructose. We've healed hundreds and hundreds of diabetics of hypoglycemia and diabetes mellitus off of fruits and fruits alone. So you need to go on an all fruit diet. And while you're on the all fruit diet, you need the geogenetic therapeutic package level 1. That way we can focus on kidney filtration, get your adrenals back online. The adrenals acts as a pump to your filtering system, just like in a fish tank. You see, have you ever seen a fish tank?
Yes.
You see how I have a filtering system inside of the water to keep the algae from building up on the glass?
Right.
Well, your kidneys act as a filtering to keep the toxemia or all the toxins that come from your food from sticking to your cells and killing the cells of your body. Well, notice that you have to plug that filtering system up into the wall, right?
Yes.
Your adrenal glands act as the plug. So your adrenal glands is in control of the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system. It's in control of the autonomic nervous system. When these are down and you're adrenal fatigue, the pump cannot be cut on for the kidneys, or something called nephrons can actually filter all the toxemia that your cells build up. So now the toxemia just keep building up in your body, and then these cells, they clunk themselves together and form tumors. That's what happened to you. In order to get these tumors and these goiters unclunked together, you have to get these adrenals back online. We can't use licorice from you root because your blood pressure is high. So what we're going to do is use wild yam root. So we're going to put you on the geogenetic therapeutic package level 1 with some wild yam root. The wild yam root will actually kick the adrenals on. When you kick the adrenals on, this will open up the kidneys, and now you're able to actually filter the metabolic waste through the lymphatic system out of the body. So any tumors, any goiters can now be shrunk because all of the particles that once stuck them together, it's now breaking apart and leaving out through your urine, through your feces, through your skin. You need to be doing jumping jacks. You need to be in a sauna, a steam sauna. You need to be sweating, because I'm pretty sure you can't sweat because of thyroid. So you need to be sweating. You need to trip that thyroid, and you need to be doing reboundings. Buy your rebounder. A rebounder is only like $50 off of Amazon, and you can just get on that rebounder and jump around. You need to alternate your showers. When you're in the shower, do hot and cold showers. Also do lymphatic massages on yourself. Just go through your skin and press against your skin pretty firmly and start moving that lymph. Just do that to your legs, do it to your gut, your neck, and everything, and start moving that lymph towards your kidneys. Never move to the heart. Push it towards the kidneys. Buy you a skin brush and start skin brushing towards the kidneys. Do anything you need to do to stimulate the kidneys and adrenals to get the kidneys back online, so you can filtrate all these things that's building up in your body, causing the Hashimoto's, causing the goiters, and causing the tumors. And the best way is to hydrate the body, and the best hydration is H3O2, which is your fruit water from fresh fruits. Don't do vegetables, because vegetables is full of glucose, and that will make you sugar load, but the fructose will not make you sugar load. I promise you. We do this time and time and time again. So you need an all fruit diet for at least 21 days, and you need the geogenetic level 1. That's exactly what you need, and that will get rid of all of these problems. And thank God that the tumor killed itself and it's hemorrhaging, and you don't have any issues from that. So that's going to be even easier to cleanse itself, and it actually mean that your T cells and your B cells and your lymphocytes and your phagocytes and your neutrophils, your basophils and your monophils is working. If the cell committed if that tumor committed cellular suicide, that mean it was still able to recognize it was a foreign invader and it did what it needed to do. So that's a good thing. I guess the phone hung up. Peace.
From
Peace, love, light, and healing. Hey, turn me down in the background. I guess the phone hung up on the queen.
Mute me, sir.
Hey, mute me real quick, brother. I guess the phone hung up on the queen, but I hope she got all of the information. That's what you actually needed to get rid of everything you was going through. That'll get rid of it if you follow everything I just said. All right, peace, brother. Peace, love, light, and healing. Speak your name, speak your peace.
My name is Daniel.
What's up, Daniel? Where you from, brother?
Hello. I'm from PG County, Maryland.
PG County, Maryland. What up, God? How you feeling?
I'm feeling okay a little bit, not feeling, I haven't been feeling my best lately, but I've been watching your videos and stuff, so, I definitely have an idea of what's going on.
Okay. What's going on? Would you talk to me?
So, first of all, it's some type of, sickness or whatever I had since I was a kid, but since it's never been treated, it's basically gotten to the point of, like, my body is basically trying to, like,
You're going in and out, brother. You gotta find some. You gotta find some good reception.
Okay, hold on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, brother?
Yes, I can hear you good, God. Talk to me.
Okay. So my skin on my face started to open up, and like it was opening up like on my face, like you could see like the flesh and stuff, like it was opening up on my face, and my skin I started to get this uncontrollable itch all over my body, like where I get these itch attacks and stuff. And I'm very underweight, and I'm get lethargic at times, and my hands and my feet be cold, and sometimes I can't eat. But like, when I do eat, it's like, I don't know, it's like maybe a parasite or something. But
that's what it sounds like, brother. It sounds like a parasitical infection.
Yeah, it's like some type of infection, because my skin was 2 weeks ago. I tried to get in the water, my whole body started burning, and I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah,
and everything. And
you very acidic, especially if you got in water and your body started burning. It just means you super acidic, brother.
Yeah, bro. Like it feels like that. It's very painful. It is very painful, and at times I can't go to sleep at night, and I've been having this brain fog. And I know I watched the video, like you said, every disease or infection has emotion behind it.
Yeah.
So by most of these past couple of years, as I've been maturing, I'm very underweight for my age. I'm 22, and I weigh 110 pounds.
Yeah. And, you got to cleanse, brother.
I have never. You said cleanse?
What it sounds like to me is you going through extreme acidosis, and this acidosis have brought on parasitic infections, and we got to deworm you. You most definitely got poor circulation, so we need to get you on some circulatory high tinctures. Your iron is low, so you need to be on some iron phosphate. It seemed like that you are mineral deficient because of the parasites. It just seemed like the parasites is eating everything you got, and your body's constantly trying to cleanse the parasitics out, and that's the reason why your skin is opening up, trying to get rid of them and stuff like that. It just sounds like extreme acidosis. You need to go on an all grape fast, man. I wouldn't be eating nothing but grapes, and I'd be on the geogenetic level 2 if I was you. Nothing but grapes, geogenetic level 2. You're gonna lose more weight, but who cares? We can make you gain. We can get your weight back after we get all these parasites from up out of your body and get your body more in the alkaline state of chemistry.
Oh, okay, brother. Yeah, because it's whatchamacallit. It's really crazy. You know what I'm saying? I be feeling like die or something, but I know I'm not. But it's like my body is crying out and stuff. So when I started eating these berries, like these raspberries and stuff. I got pomegranate juice, and I started eating the fruit, and that's on my body. Even when when it start tasting that fruit, I either get on the toilet or my body start acting up.
Yeah, see, but your body acting up is what? That's your body detoxing itself, remember?
Oh yeah, healing crisis.
It's a healing crisis. So you already know. So you need to be on the grapes only. And the reason why I'm saying grapes only, you got the curcumins, the tannins to get that blood going. And look, the parasites hate grapes, especially the skin of the grapes, because they have the purgative, anti-parasitical type of chemistry inside of it. And then plus that on that geogenetics, that'll help cleanse all the cells and bring your body into an alkaline state. Now you're gonna go through some down times. You're gonna be throwing up. You're gonna be nauseated, you're gonna be burning, itching, your skin gonna be looking ugly, your skin gonna open up more, you're gonna see parasites come from your skin, parasites might be coming from your eyes. I mean, parasites gonna come from everywhere, because it sounds like that you have a real bad infestation of them. But we got to get rid of them, and you got to get your body back into its alkalinity state though. So look, man, if you can, I would go on a 30-day grape diet. At least try to hit 15 days of nothing but grapes. If you get super hungry, just go on more fruits, but don't go off the fruit diet. And while you're on that fruit diet, get on that geogenetic level 1 or level 2 package, brother, and just, hey, look, deworm yourself, keep getting the parasite elimination. Make sure you get you a couple of 3 bitters and drink all of them, because them parasites hate them bitters. And once you get rid of them parasites and you get rid of all them acids and you literally change the chemistry of your body, you won't have to go through these things no more. But you need to start now, because it sounds like that your kidneys and your lymphatic system is stagnated, and it's holding a lot of acids. It's holding a lot of toxic cellular waste, and it seems like you've been holding this toxic cellular waste for since you was little, man. So we got a lot of cleansing to do, brother.
Yeah, man, because and it seems like, when that happens, my brain will probably be able to function better, right? Because they was like, I did do a consultation. I talked to Kawa, and she think I have like hypothyroidism. Yeah,
and that's the reason why you're getting very cold. Yeah, hypothyroidism. I thought I mentioned that, and that's just it sounds like you got a plethora of different ailments going on, but it's all the same thing, and it all goes back to the acid medium. You're too acidic, man, and that's just what it is, God. You too acidic. You need to be alkaline. You're way too acidic, so we need to get you on that balanced chemistry. But before we can even do that, we have to hydrate the body, get rid of the acids, and get all of them damn parasites out of you, and we have to soothe and clean that mucosa membrane, open up them kidneys, and get you filtering, man. And I think that's what we need to focus on: kidney filtration and moving that lymph. And the only way is that all grape diet and you deworming yourself. So I'm gonna say it again, man. I think you need to go on an all grape diet. If you can't find grapes, go on some astringent fruit diet, and be on that for at least 15 days, and get the geogenetic level 1, and get you a couple extra packs of them 3 bitters, and go hard with them 3 bitters, and also get you a couple packs of the parasite elimination tinctures, and just go crazy with them, man. Go crazy with them. Deworm yourself.
Okay. So should I get on the site? I should just get the parasite elimination kit.
No,
the lymphatic.
Man, if I was you, I would get the geogenetic level 2, and with that, and get an extra thing of 3 bitters. And if you think it's too expensive, just do the payment plan through Zizzle, brother. But that's what you gonna need. I would even play you and tell you to downplay it. Now, if you can't do that, then go with the parasite elimination and get the 3 bitters. If you just can't even do the payment plan.
Okay, and which 3 bitters I should get?
It's only 1 3 bitters on there. Now the 3 bitters should come with the parasite elimination, but you need 2 sets of them deals. Like, you need to deworm. You have to deworm.
Okay, and that's what, man. God, like, I was scared when you were talking about the healing crisis. I was like, damn, when I do this, man, I was like, I'm afraid I'm gonna see them come through my skin. Like, when you mean they come through my skin, you mean it's gonna be fluids leaking out? Because when I was
fluids, look, your skin will open up, brother. Like, we done seen people's skin open up, fluid come out, and behind that fluid comes worms.
Oh man, it was like worm, like it was like this fluid come through my leg like 3-4 weeks ago, and I was just like, damn, what is this, man?
Yeah, but hey, that's a good sign. It's called a fontanelle. I teach y'all all the time, an alternative route of elimination,
Yeah.
So that's what you need, brother. So that's what you need, man. I'll be looking for that to come through for you. Make sure we get that out for you quick, all right?
All right.
All right, peace, brother. Peace, love, light, and healing.
Peace, brother.
All All right, y'all. That's my last phone call, man. It is 12:30. I've been live with y'all for a long time. Who's still in the building? Where you from? Let me give y'all city some shout outs. Post your city in the building if I can shout y'all out, man. Post your cities in the building if I can shout y'all out. Where you from? We had a lot of out of the country people calling today. That's beautiful. All praises to it. All praises. Let's get up out of here. Let's get up out of this deal. Where you from? That deal right there heavy. All right, what we got in the building? We got Columbus, Ohio in the building. I was just up there. Shouts out to Ohio. We got San Barnito in the building. Shouts out to San Barnito. Think I said that right. We got Fresno, California. Shout out to Fresno. Flint, Michigan. Shout out to Flint in the building. Detroit in the building. Shout out to Chicago in the building. Yeah, Jamal, my brother, my beloved brother. Peace to the God. What's up with you, man? Yeah, I'm still live. 12:30, man. I'm going in. We got Erie in the building. Shouts out to you, Houston, Texas, Minnesota, Minneapolis. We got Midland, Texas in the building. Lexington, Kentucky in the building. St. Louis in the building. What's up, Miss Raphael? You know your name means a healer. Raphael in Hebrew, the Hebraic African language, means you a healer. What's up, healer goddess? We got Brittany Cole in the building from Memphis in the building. D. Bakken from St. Louis. You already know that's my side. That's where I'm at right now. Richmond, California in the building. Indio, California in the building. ATL always in the building. What they say? Shawnee, Kansas in the building. Clearwater, Florida. That's one of my favorite spots. I love Clearwater. Be at the beach all the time in Clearwater. In the building. Las Vegas in the building. Belize in the building. Los Angeles. Shouts out to Los Angeles, or what they call the Los Angels. Peace, love, light, and healing, Yaqui. Detroit in the building. I'm gonna be in Detroit very soon. Tampa in the building. All praise. Pontiac, Michigan in the building. All right, I love Pontiac, Michigan. We got some good family out there in Pontiac, Michigan. Los Angeles again in the building. Watching from Kenya in the building. Shouts out my African Hebraic sister. Memphis, Tennessee in the building. Utah, Canada in the building. Memphis again. Memphis in the house in this mug, boy. Y'all need to link up. Alabama in the building. Uriel, my brother, man. Where you been at, my brother? I miss you, brother. Uriel in the building. Misha in the building. What's up, Miss Misha, Queen Goddess? What's up with you? STL and STL in that building too. That's what it is. Sierra Vista, Arizona in the building. Springfield in the building. Orangeburg, South Carolina, I think, in the building. If I said that wrong, don't shoot me. Belize in the building. Atlanta in the building. Toronto, Canada in the building. St. Louis in the building. Look, it's all St. Louis in the building. The hometown is showing up and showing out. We appreciate it. The Time Scholar, all praises, Mrs. Grant. It's all good, goddess. Montgomery, Alabama in the building. Bama Town in the building. Louisiana in the building. I need you. Hit me up. Chirac in the building. Shouts out to Chi-Town. Birmingham in the building. Alabama in the building. Come to ATL. As soon as somebody book me, I'll be out there. I love ATL. I might do a pop-up workshop out there. You know what? Because ATL have been asking for me a lot. Trinidad in the building. Tucson, Oklahoma in the building. Sacramento, Macamino, that's what they call it. Macamino, that's what Mozzie call it. Macamino, Cali in the building. Shouts out to Macamino, Sacramento, Texas in the building. Ordering tonight, Arizona, all praises in the building. Arizona in the building. Mississippi in the building. All right, look, Alton, Illinois. That's where I was born at. I'm from Alton. Alton, Illinois in the building. You from the hometown, Cassandra? Cassandra Scott? That's where my whole family from. We from Alton, 15 minutes away from St. Louis. In the building. Louisiana in the building. Who else we got? South Africa in the building. See, look, I love this. Y'all be everywhere. Y'all be at DC, my love, my queen in the building. What's up with it, love? In the building. DC, I'll be out there in 2 weeks. Who is this? How you say that? Oh, you on here crying. I thought you had a name. Russian Bay. What you laughing for, man? Orangeburg, South Carolina, Shreveport, Philly, South Side. Oh, you from them hundreds, huh? South Side in the building, the Chi-Town. Shreveport, NYC in the building. I was looking for New York, but there you go. Meckham, Urontorio in the building. Everybody in the building. Yeah, we got about 8 different countries and 20 different states inside the Americas in the building. Look, I love y'all. I love y'all. I love myself. Man, we up here turning up tonight. I ain't never been this late. I bet my children like, when Appa coming upstairs? But you know, it goes down. Sade is in the building. Shalom, Queen. How you been? I gotta hit you up. I got some good things to tell you too, sister. Most definitely got it. So I'm gonna hit you up. But look, with that being said, I love y'all indeed in the truth. Y'all make sure y'all putting y'all health first. There's a whole lot of things going on in this world. There's a whole lot of so-called diseases manifesting. A whole lot of things is coming up. Some bad, terrible things are happening. Agenda 21 is being rolled out like the red carpet at the BET Awards. All of these alien shapeshifters, reptilians, low thought form frequencies, everybody is showing their ass. You know, you got chemtrails, you got the vax, the devoc, this whole mandatory vaccination thing, the shedding. I mean, you got a whole lot of evil, diabolical plans in store for us in the future. Make sure you getting your water resources straight. Make sure you gardening. Make sure you saving up your food, because shortages is here and they are coming. Just get prepared to what's about to hit. Y'all know I got y'all. Y'all know I'm here for y'all if y'all need me. I love y'all indeed in the truth. Peace, love, light, and healing. Peace to the gods. Peace to the earth. Peace. Y'all hit me up all night too. I'm mad at y'all. But I'll be back live Thursday talking about them damn viruses, y'all. It's gonna blow your mind. It's gonna blow your mind. I'm just trying to give YouTube 90 days and not messing up, because they said if I mess up one more time within 90 days that they kicking me off the channel permanently, and I ain't gonna anything that say Yaki, they ain't gonna let me log back on, even make another channel. So I think Wednesday is my last day of my 90-day probation period, and then I could go back in and just get kicked off for another 20 days or so without them completely deleting my channel. So I'm trying to play the game, man. But it'd be hard not to go in on these bastards, but I be trying though. I'm trying to be conservative, but I don't know how, man. But look, I love y'all. Shalom, peace, love, light, and healer. Peace to the guys, peace to the earth. Shalom, peace.